604-604-4602. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We are live. 602. And thanks for listening to the Steve Kane Show. When you need drug or STD
oh, yes. Welcome.
After all, that's no one's business but yours. At any lab test now of Boca Raton, they guarantee the lowest price on all of their thousands of
Make sure you all like the video. This is our special MyPillow MAGATHON today and tomorrow. Black Friday will be here too. These are my MyPillow flannel sheets. They just came in the mail yesterday that my wife ordered. 100% Giza cotton, Giza flannel sheets. Guaranteed the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own. I'll be sleeping with those tonight.
56009. Any lab test now of Boca Raton. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is
I've been up all night. I've been up for hours and hours and hours.
Specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option.
How long has everybody in the chat been up? Because right now it's 2 minutes after 6 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast. How long have each of you been up? Not the time, because people are in different time zones. Here we go.
Is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing?
All night?
Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida.
30 minutes?
Call toll-free 1.
I've been up for
FLA 3782.
at least 4 hours. Did all my show prep. Then I watched some news.
To call the show toll free, dial 1-888 cocaine 1. That's 1-888 cocaine.
Hey guys, welcome. We are live. It's Thanksgiving. My name is Brian Craig. And of course, you are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. And we are here live with you this Thanksgiving morning, and we will be here live tomorrow, Black Friday morning. This is our Steve Kane Thanksgiving Black Friday weekend MyPillow MAGATHON, brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. That's why we are here today. Today's show and tomorrow's show sponsored by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. So you'll hear us talking a lot about MyPillow today. And of course, great Christmas gifts at MyPillow.com. Any special you see at MyPillow.com, no matter what it says, you can take advantage of with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. And we'll talk about all the great savings at MyPillow.com with the promo code KANE throughout today's show. We'll also be taking your calls live on the air if you're out listening on the radio. I was surprised how many cars were on the road this morning as I came in. I went by Wawa, and it was jam-packing at Wawa, and there were cars on the road. I was in shock. Although some of the people didn't look like they should be on the road, driving in 2 lanes. One guy passed me this morning. He had to be going 130 miles an hour. So, if you don't have to be out on the roads, don't. At least not at this hour. All right, well, we do have a lot to talk about today. There's a lot going on in the news, a lot of issues happening, even though it is Thanksgiving, and we're going to talk about as many of them as we can between now and 9 a.m. Steve Kane will be joining us, too. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. I want to talk about this conviction in the Aubrey case yesterday. And obviously, I agree with that verdict, and I'm assuming you all do too. Who does not agree with the verdict of these 3 guys who are going to spend the rest of their lives in prison, especially the father and son? And the son is the one who actually fired the shotgun multiple times, killing Aubrey. And he and his father, of course, going to spend the rest of their lives in jail. And in a sad, sick way, look at what this father has raised, and that was a lynch mob. Those 3 guys, that was a lynch mob. There's no question about it. But I watched the press event after the verdict outside the courthouse with Benjamin Crump, Al Sharpton, Aubrey's parents, and all the rest that were out there. And what I watched the whole thing because I wanted to hear what they had to say. And they thanked everybody under the sun except for the jury. And I was very disappointed in that press event yesterday for a couple of reasons. And I'll tell you what they were. And I'd certainly like to hear your thoughts on this verdict. It's not a controversial verdict, but I'm glad it happened. But here's the problem. These activists who came out, they thanked the prosecutors, they thanked this person, they thanked that person, they thanked each other, and they thanked themselves for doing this. This was the jury's doing. And the civil rights, in quotation marks, the self-appointed civil rights activists, it's amazing how difficult it is to be black in America when Al Sharpton flies in and out of town on private jets. I've never been on a private jet. Al Sharpton, that's how he gets around, but he's a victim, and I guess I'm supposed to be one of those privileged people who, when I do fly, I plane pool, I fly commercial. But what happened out there was very upsetting to me, and I'll tell you why. Not thinking the jury's a big deal, but what happened is all the activists and these lawyers and everyone else act as if they are responsible for the verdict. And the people out in front of the courthouse in Georgia in this Aubrey case, they think that they forced the jury into these guilty verdicts. Let me tell you, this verdict would have been guilty if there was no one out in front of the courthouse. This verdict would have been guilty even if Jesse Jackson didn't sit in the courtroom. Okay? And the problem with civil rights activists in 2021 involving, in particular, black civil rights activists, is they always have to keep the fight going. Fidel Castro. Guys, a lot of you remember Fidel Castro? Fidel Castro always wore the green army fatigues, right? Do you know why he did that? Why did Castro always wear the green army fatigues? He wore the army fatigues because the revolution was always continuing. So he was always geared up for war. The revolution, the fight was always going on, the People's Revolution. And what's happened is civil rights activism has become big business, multi-million-dollar businesses for Al Sharpton, Benjamin Crump, and others. And the struggle must continue, or they got to find a new line of work. And, what they want to believe, and when I say they, I'm talking about the liberal media, the Democrats, the civil rights activists, and all in front of the courthouse yesterday. They want to believe that it's still Georgia in 1961 or 51 or 21, where the Klan rules and guilty men who are clearly guilty are acquitted by white juries. They want to tell the community that it's still 1961, not 21. And that's a tragedy. These three guys are racist. It's been a long time since I've seen real racists like this. I watched the son on the witness stand who looked like he was peeing his pants yesterday when the verdict came in. Yeah, he better be. These guys are done. But when he was testifying, even when he was on the stand, he didn't think he did anything wrong. He was raised by his racist daddy and doesn't even think that he did anything wrong. That's hardcore racism. That's how this happened. But the system is not racist. The system arrested and charged these animals and convicted them, and they will spend the rest of their lives in prison. And I don't, and you know what they're facing when they get in prison. Oh man, these guys are done. Back in the days that Al Sharpton and the others want the black community to think we're still living in, the system itself was racist. That is no longer the case. And Sharpton and all the rest cannot get out there and say, we've come a long way, baby, and the system is no longer racist. They have to go out there and pretend this verdict happened because you were out here sending me money. And that is such a disservice to this country, not just to the black community, but the entire country. There's too much money in racial division, and the Democrats have a whole industry based around it. And I find it outrageous. This trial wasn't even hardly covered by the media. The Kyle Rittenhouse trial was covered by the media. And the media, their coverage of this trial only happened really after, when the jury deliberations began in Rittenhouse, mostly. And the only reason that they covered this trial at all in those days is because they got a huge rating boost from the Kyle Rittenhouse jury. So they thought, oh, we got another trial, let's just plug it in there while we're under verdict watch. And the reason that the media did not cover this Aubrey trial very much until the very end is because they knew what the verdict was going to be. How could you look at that story, look at that video, and not think these guys were going to get convicted? Of course they were. So the media didn't cover it because they wanted to wait until the new Black Panthers and everyone was in town so they could make it look like there was a racial injustice with the system. You cannot have a world where you command every person in it not to be racist. You're always going to have people like that. You're always going to have racist people. People that don't like Christians, people that don't like Jews, people that don't like blacks, people that don't like whites. What the civil rights struggle is about mainly is changing the system so it's not racist. We are no longer in a racist society, and we haven't been for a long time. Okay? And I watched some of the liberal media coverage yesterday. Where was Joy Reid praising the American system of justice yesterday? And Tiffany Cross and all the rest. Oh, they're off on Thanksgiving. So bit of bad news with the reaction from the media and from the press from the Aubrey case. And I saw Aubrey's father out there who was very difficult to understand. Very difficult to understand. I mean, I told my wife, I said, maybe we should turn on the closed captioning so I can understand Aubrey's dad. I can understand like every third word. But I did hear when he said all lives matter. Oh, man. When Aubrey's father got up there and started talking about all lives matter, all of a sudden Benjamin Crump had his hand on his shoulder, was thanking him and trying to kick him off stage. Did you see that? As soon as he said all lives matter, that was the end of his time. Oh man, that's how it is. That's how it is with the leftist activist. All right, our number toll free 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. And again, today's program brought to you by MyPillow. Whatever specials you see at MyPillow, you can take advantage of with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, at MyPillow.com. And today, I just got this in the mail yesterday afternoon. My new MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets. These are the flannel sheets. In fact, I got 2 sets of them here, of the 100% Giza Cotton flannel sheets. Guaranteed the most comfortable sheets you will ever own. And when you go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, buy 1 set of MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, get a second set free. But you've got to use the promo code KANE at MyPillow.com. That's KANE. These came in the mail yesterday. And my wife wanted to make the bed with them, and I said, no, I'm going to take these to the radio station tomorrow, show everyone on YouTube. But tonight, I will be sleeping on my 100% Giza Cotton MyPillow flannel sheets. And they come in many, many different colors. These are green, but they come in multiple colors. They come in solid stripes, and you don't have to get flannel. You can get regular, too. This is the sale of the year. Buy 1 set of MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets. Get a second set free when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. You can also order by phone. Call 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, KANE.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I will advise.
Hey guys, good morning. If you're just joining us, make sure you like the video, everyone.
Of all your Medicare health insurance options, I will advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954-753-8080.
And he's gotten
954-753-8080.
We all know how beautiful and lush Florida is, with the abundance of trees and bushes. But if you want your home to look great, all of that greenery needs to be trimmed and well kept. So when it comes to trimming your trees, you want a pro.
Good morning. Make sure you like the video. If you're new, subscribe.
Each type of tree. And the best in South Florida are the professionals at GoPro Professional Property Care. With over 50 years of experience in South Florida, they know what's best for your trees.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Yes, yes.
Spectacular. With all the electrical wiring around, tree trimming.
How many of you are spending Thanksgiving at a billionaire's house like Biden?
Not fine. By hiring just some guy with a truck who knocks on your front door.
Man of the people, Joe Biden, right?
It's so much more than just cutting branches. It's about maintenance and keeping your trees healthy and having curb appeal. GoPro Professional Property Care is licensed and
Well, thank you, Dan.
available 24/7 for any tree emergency. GoPro does it all too: tree trimming, pruning, tree removal, stump grinding, root removal, lawn care, and installation. And that's just the start of what they do. Call Nathan. He's Steve Kane's personal tree trimmer, and now he wants to work with you. 954-680-7739. He's also available for condos, HOAs, and businesses. 954-680-7739. 954-680-7739. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. 954-680-7739.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
All righty, welcome back, everyone. 18 minutes after the hour, I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. We are live on this Thanksgiving morning, brought to you by MyPillow. Okay, so Thanksgiving, we're supposed to be thankful for things, and the coven of the View, if you don't know what that is, just Google coven. The coven of the View, that yesterday, Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar shared with us what we should be thankful for regarding Biden. See, we're just not thankful enough for Biden. And Whoopi Goldberg made Joy Behar read a list of things that we should be thankful for Biden for, or thankful of Biden for. Well, I'm supposed to take a knee? Oh, thank you. They say we're in a cult. They say that MAGA is a cult, which is a bunch of nonsense. They say we're in a cult and we've got idol worship of President Trump. Meanwhile, they're telling us on Thanksgiving, families should gather and be thankful of the most corrupt man ever to be president of the United States, Joe Biden. So let me share this with you. This is the coven of the View telling us what we should be thankful for. Joy Behar didn't want to do this, but she was kind of made to do it by Whoopi. Now, I didn't pull this audio up, so I'm going to put my iPad up to... Well, let me pull a microphone over. Let me pull a microphone over. It's a holiday, people. We're relaxed on a holiday here. And I'll put my iPad up to this microphone, and then we'll play it. Here it is. What you should be thankful for.
Well, I'm hoping people are hearing the message.
Doesn't Whoopi Goldberg sound like Nipsey Russell to you? Does anyone remember Nipsey Russell, The Gong Show back in the 70s? Maybe she is Nipsey Russell. I don't know.
Well, I'm hoping people are hearing the message loud and clear, because he's only been in for 9 months.
Oh.
And he's gotten so much done. I just want to say, do you want to tell folks? I mean, I don't want to bore people with the list, but the list is long. Yeah, but bore them.
Yes, Boris.
He signed a $1 trillion infrastructure bill, bipartisan bill.
You know, I love how they say bipartisan bill. So, you know, to be bipartisan, you only need one. So they find some corrupt sellout Republicans, pay them off, and make deals. It's bipartisan.
It's going to fix the bridges and the tunnels and all the things that are falling apart.
Wow. Biden's going to fix all those racist bridges and tunnels that are falling apart. Isn't that what the Obama stimulus bill did back in, was it 08, 09? I guess it was 09. He was going to build back all the roads and the bridges that were falling down. And you know, no bridges fell down and none were rebuilt. I guess this is a scam. But be thankful for the $1 quadrillion stimulus bill that all the donors are getting their paybacks from. Okay, that's the first thing. All right, Joy.
Trump couldn't do it.
Yay.
What else
What else did he
did he do?
do?
$1.9 trillion COVID relief plan passed in March. Yes, he did. Trump,
That meant money in people's pockets.
But Forget him. What else did Joe do? I like to compare and contrast.
Oh my gosh.
But what did Joe do? All right, it was a little messy, but he ended the war, a 20-year war in Afghanistan. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Hundreds of American hostages left behind, women being oppressed, the Taliban executing people by hanging them from our Black Hawk helicopters. The list goes on, but be thankful to Joe for that. What else?
This is one I didn't even know. What? He canceled student loan debt for more than 300,000 Americans with disabilities.
Yes, he did. Oh, I knew that. That was significant.
Wow, he canceled student loan debt. He canceled student loan debt? Does that mean I get my money back that I paid for to go to college out of my own pocket? I didn't go to college paying student loans, taking student loans. I paid for college out of my own pocket. Is Joe going to give me my money back, or do I just have to run up a bunch of debt that he pays off? But be thankful. It's Thanksgiving. Be thankful to Joe. Wow, yeah.
These poor kids who were at the border that was separated in the last administration are now, he made sure that he reunited them with their parents in the United States or their country of origin.
Wow. Wow. So what about the ones that Biden separated when Joe was vice president? Have they been reunited? By the way, President Trump didn't take any children away from their parents. They have what happens, they separate children from adults claiming to be the parents so they can determine whether or not they really are their parents or are they sex traffickers or kidnappers. All right? And then if they are their parents, they reunite them. That's how it's always been, but you know. Let's not get in the way of their left-wing talking points. Joe's done everything. He's so great, Joe. Maybe we're just not thankful enough for Joe Biden,
I mean, to me, it's like one of the worst things you can do.
I think there were over 500, right? Over 500 were reunited.
A lot of them. He returned the U.S. to the Paris Climate Accord. Thank you. We're all in this together, baby. And then you know, by the way, the unemployment is down. Very much down. Yes. And
Now, first off, unemployment is not down. They count employment and unemployment in a very different way. All the businesses they shut down, when they reopen them, they count them as jobs created. But I don't know how it's been with you. Everywhere I go has a help wanted sign, and no one has enough help to even help you. Last week, my wife and I went to Chipotle. They had the doors locked. They weren't letting customers in. They didn't have enough people to make the food.
And you can't blame the guy for the pandemic. If you don't wear a mask, then I blame you. Okay, not him.
Wow. If you don't wear a mask, they blame you. They shame you. Let me tell you, that's disgusting. If you don't wear a mask, it's on you. So if someone goes to the hospital and they have cancer, terminal cancer, they have lung cancer, brain cancer, and they've been a smoker all their life, do you say, it's your fault, get the hell out of here, you've been smoking? What if someone comes in for a checkup and finds out they've got clogged arteries, but they've been eating greasy food their whole life? It's on you! You ate the fried chicken! Get out of here! What's wrong with you? It's your fault! No treatment for you! These are sick, twisted people in this coven, known as The View.
Yeah, or you're unvaccinated.
So basically, he's been doing what he's...
Okay, so if you're not wearing a mask or unvaccinated and you're sick, it's your fault! Back during the AIDS crisis, if someone came in and was diagnosed with AIDS, and back before there were medicines, before there were treatments, and you found out that they were gay and engaged in high-risk sexual activity, would you shame them in the hospital? Would you shame them on TV? You shouldn't have been having that, no, of course not. But over on The View, they're not very compassionate. Let's see what else we're supposed to be thankful of involving Joe Biden.
Job is. Remember when presidents did presidential stuff? You know, this is apparently what I know. But you know, you don't have to like his politics, but you can't beat the fact that he's working for America. That's
Is
right.
he? Really?
Just saying.
Just saying.
You all remember that you haven't seen your people in perhaps almost 2 years. Yeah. Quit kvetching. Yeah. Quit kvetching.
Okay, that's
Well.
yeah. Okay, so are you thankful for Joe now? You know, this is really a scary time we're in. You know, when you have a great president like Donald Trump, You don't have to go on television and read a bunch of tax giveaways and say, you know, you and the American people, you don't appreciate him enough. People just know. People, when you have a president or a politician that's doing great things, you know that you're thankful for them. You don't have to be told by Joy Behar, joyless Behar, really. You ever see her filled with joy? You know, I was watching Biden get off Air Force One with Jill yesterday, walking down the stairs, and his walk, I guess, is that the gait? They call it the gait, has dramatically changed. And I saw someone yesterday say on television, and I know some of you have said this too, but you've noticed how his walk is very strange and changed lately and getting worse, very strange gait. He could hardly get down the steps yesterday, and he was taking these very strange steps. And what I heard a medical expert say on television, that this is often a sign of the brain not working properly, the brain not communicating properly with the feet and the legs, and that's what causes that. And we just have the presidential doctor, Dr. Quack, has signed off and given Biden a complete clean bill of health, including a neurological exam, supposedly. We're in a very dangerous situation with the mental and physical condition of this corrupt president, Biden, and the propagandist in the media. You know, The View is part of ABC News. ABC News. And the ABC News division is going on television telling us why we should be thankful to the leader of this country. I've never seen anything like that. And it's not just because he's so bad and it's twisted to do that. We're getting into, with the liberals, loyalty oaths here. Loyalty oaths to Biden. You know, I was talking with Steve yesterday. Steve and I have a big disagreement on Psaki. He doesn't think Psaki feels good up there. I think Psaki loves her job. I think Jen Psaki is not embarrassed. I think Jen Psaki is a condescending, angry person who, like Joy Behar and Nipsey Russell here, Oprah Winfrey, might as well be Whoopi Goldberg, not Oprah. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Give me a break. I think Jen Psaki believes, like Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg, that the American people aren't grateful enough for all the goodness that they've done and are doing for us. I really think they believe that, and you hear it on The View. And this is going to be a trend because I'm seeing it in multiple places throughout the entire holiday season. And the trend is going to be thankful for Biden. Now, we are live this Thanksgiving. Indeed, we are. It is our Steve Kane MyPillow Thanksgiving Black Friday weekend MAGATHON, and today's Thanksgiving live broadcast and tomorrow's Black Friday broadcast brought to you by Mike Lindell at MyPillow. And we're going to be talking about many of the great specials, all of which make great Christmas gifts. I want to talk to you about the MyPillow towel set. I have the MyPillow towel set. We got 2 sets of them. They are incredible towels. Mike Lindell, the Thomas Edison of sleep, invented the MyPillow, but he's also developed a new towel. You think a towel's a towel. I thought a towel was a towel. Even when we ordered the MyPillow towels, I said, well, a towel's a towel. What's the big deal? Well, how can you make a towel better? I don't know how to make a towel better, but you know what? Mike Lindell does, and he's done it. That MyPillow towel is fantastic. I get out of the shower, I dried off with it this morning. I dry off with it, boom, I'm completely bone dry, and the towel, it absorbs the water, but the towel's not soaking wet. It absorbs the water properly. I hang it up, I come home, it's dry for me to use again. You wash and dry the MyPillow towels each and every time, they look like the day you bought them. They are the perfect towels. They make a great gift for anyone on your holiday, Christmas, gift-giving list, or a gift for yourself, for your own house. And with the promo code Kane at checkout, there's an incredible special. The regular price, now the MyPillow towels come in 3, 6, 9, I think 10 different colors. We have the blue, the dark blue MyPillow towel set. The regular price for the MyPillow towel set, $109.99, $110. With the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane at MyPillow.com, just $39.99. That's a great deal, right? Just $39.99 for the MyPillow towel set, normally $110, with the promo code Kane at MyPillow.com. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane at checkout. K-A-N-E.
Suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop
Good
an ulcer
Thanksgiving morning, everyone.
in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences, up to and including amputation. Now, Medicare recognizes the importance of preventative foot care and has provided coverage for those of you who are at-risk patients. I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Soul Authority. At the Soul Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic shoes made specially for diabetics. You're probably not aware, but as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year.
Good morning, good morning.
These are the ugly Frankenstein shoes. These are name-brand shoes. They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth to stop diabetic foot problems before they begin. Oftentimes, amputation due to diabetes
You will,
is
Cindy.
preventable, and one of the preventable measures that is most effective is wearing the proper shoes. Call the Soul Authority at 954-597-7060.
Yeah, our promo code
Online
Kane
at
works in the UK
thesoulauthority.com.
and in Canada.
SOLE authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
Hey guys, welcome back. 34 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. We are here live on this Thanksgiving morning, and we will be live Black Friday morning as well. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. That's 888-465-2631. And since it's a holiday today and tomorrow, I think we'll extend Open Phone Friday to Thanksgiving as well. We'll keep it open phones for these 2 days. You know, I know a lot of you out there are charitable, and my wife is very charitable. She donates to for both of us, I guess, because we have a community pot of bank account like most married people. My wife donates and helps people sometimes directly. You know, my wife gives money to individuals who are struggling and things all the time, and charity is a good thing. And you know, some charities get political, and some don't. And there's one charity that's a big charity this time of year for so many Americans, and that's the Salvation Army. And the Salvation Army is a Christian organization. It's salvation through Christ. And what the Salvation Army, something has leaked out about the Salvation Army, and if they don't stop this quick, the leftists are going to do with to the Salvation Army what the left did to the Boy Scouts of America. They no longer exist, right? They allow girls in the Boy Scouts of America now, and the Mormons pulled out. Boy Scouts have been out for many years, since the gay activists got their hands on the Boy Scouts. And the Mormons, you know, during the past 20 years, since the Boy Scouts have been fading because of the liberal activism inside of it, the Mormons are big into scouting, and they kept the Boy Scouts alive, and they pulled out the Mormons and started their own organization. The Boy Scouts are dead. That's a sad thing. I was in Scouts. You know, I was a Cub Scout and a Weeblo. I didn't go beyond Weeblo to the brown shirt level, but I love scouting. That was some good times when I was a kid. How many of you were in scouting? I loved it. I loved it. But the left destroyed the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts too. They had a lot of liberal things with that. And now they've got their hands on the Salvation Army. Listen to this. CentralNovaNews.com reporting. You can't make this stuff up. And this is really, really troubling. The Salvation Army wants its white donors to give it more than just money this Christmas season. Salvation Army leadership is also demanding white donors apologize for being racist. Wow. So when I throw the money in the tin in front of the grocery store, I got to apologize for being, what did they say? For being racist. Sounds like they're stereotyping white people. You know, Sharpton, when he came out after the verdict, he said to the crowd, "This should be a message that not all white people are racist." Really? Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. The Salvation Army wants its white donors to give it more than just money this Christmas season. Salvation Army leadership also are demanding white donors apologize for being racist. It's part of a push by the Christian charitable organization to embrace the ideas of Black Lives Matter, an activist group working to, among other things, dismantle white privilege and disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure. The Salvation Army's Alexandria-based leadership has created an International Social Justice Commission. Oh my goodness, Salvation Army. Thought they were helping people. They have an International Social Justice Commission which has developed and released a resource to educate white donors, white volunteers, and white employees. It's called Let's Talk About Racism. Sounds like all the racism is coming from the Salvation Army here, stereotyping all white people as racist. These guys in the Aubrey case, those are racist, okay? It asserts Christianity is institutionally racist, calling for white Christians to repent and offer a sincere apology to blacks for being antagonistic to black people or the culture, values, and interests of the black community. This is being reported in multiple sources, by the way. Many have come to believe that we live in a post-racial society, but racism is very real for our brothers and sisters who are refused jobs and housing, denied basic rights, and brutalized and oppressed simply because of the color of their skin, one lesson explains. There is an urgent need for Christians to evaluate racist attitudes and practices in light of our faith and to live faithfully in today's world. In an accompanying study guide on racism, Salvation Army authors explain that all whites are racist, even if they don't realize it. And it says this, the subtle nature of racism is such that people who are not consciously racist easily function with the privileges, empowerment, and benefits of the dominant ethnicity, thus unintentionally perpetrating injustice, it says. Oh my goodness. We must stop denying the existence of individual and systematic institutional racism. They exist and are still at work to keep white Americans in power. Now, I'm going to finish this story, but I would not let this stop you from throwing money in the Salvation Army tin in front of the stores when you see them, okay? This is the national group, the national offices, and your local Salvation Army, I'm sure, is doing a lot of good work for people in need during this time of year. But I'm going to get back to the story. Let's Talk About Racism from the Salvation Army pushes arguments identical to those of leading critical race theory purveyors Robin DiAngelo and Henry Rogers, a.k.a. Ibrahim Kendi. He's the author of How to Be an Anti-Racist, whose work is recommended by Salvation Army authors. Oh, How to Be an Anti-Racist, they have book lists now? I thought they were feeding people, housing people. They claim that any observable difference in relative behavior or accomplishment between racial groups is due to the inherent racism of whites. Structural racism is it goes on and on. I can't read all this. Let me just read the end of it. Stop trying to be colorblind is part of their Let's Talk About Racism curriculum at the Salvation Army. Instead of trying to be colorblind, try seeing the beauty in our differences and welcome them into your homes, churches, and workplaces. Being colorblind also ignores the discrimination our black and brown brothers and sisters face and does not allow us to address racism properly. National Advisory Board members of the Salvation Army include Jerry Jones from the Cowboys and the Chick-fil-A Foundation president, and also charter school pioneer J.C. Huizinga from the Blockbuster family here in Florida. This is a terrible thing. And, you know, this Ibrahim X, or whatever his name is, the How to Be an Anti-Racist guy, you know, this critical race theory is everywhere in our society today, and it's a big business. And the biggest gripers about it are all millionaires, many times over, from promoting this hate. But don't let this stop you from throwing money. What do they call it? The red kettle. Don't let it stop you from throwing money into the red kettle. I would, just because they're doing this at the national office doesn't mean that your local Salvation Army has anything to do with this. I wouldn't let it stop me from putting a dime in the kettle. I throw money in there if it's very difficult. You know, these days it's very difficult for groups like the Salvation Army who raise money during the holidays, because how many of you have money in your pockets? How many of you have change and bills? I mean, we're so cashless now with Apple Pay and all that stuff. How many of you are totally cashless? I'm pretty cashless myself. So, you know, the collections that they get at the stores and all of these different things is very small compared to what it used to be many years ago, because we're so cashless today. But this is you know, there's not one aspect of our society that is not under attack from the critical race theory scam that is going on. And it's what I was talking about with this Aubrey verdict. The Aubrey verdict is proof positive that we do not have institutionalized racism in this country any longer. If those guys were acquitted, the system would, because you know, these two big cases we've seen, the Rittenhouse case and the Aubrey case, both had video. And things in both cases may have turned out to be very different if we didn't have video. But we did, and it's part of the modern evidence. And both videos, in the Aubrey case and the Kyle Rittenhouse case, clearly show what happened. And the juries have seen that. If this were 1961 or 51 in Georgia, even with video, they didn't have video like this then, but if they did, those guys probably would have been acquitted in the Aubrey case. But they were convicted. So this nonsense that the Salvation Army and others are promoting, that the system is racist, is outdated. You're living in the past. And they're doing a disservice to this country. They're divided, and the Democrats love it because they love division. You know, when the country's united, like we were when Trump was in office, we're united against them, right? We're united as Americans. And everything you see with the Democrats is to divide every group that they can possibly categorize against each other. And when we're divided, we're not organized against them. That's what it is. This Salvation Army story is just disgusting. Now, of course, we are here live with you this Thanksgiving morning, brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. This is our Thanksgiving Black Friday MyPillow MAGATHON. Steve and I will be here live today and tomorrow, sponsored by MyPillow. So you'll hear us talking about so many of the great specials at MyPillow.com with the promo code Kane at checkout. I'll tell you, one of the best gifts that you can get at MyPillow.com, they're all spectacular, but one of the best ones is this, because you can get 3 people on your gift-giving list checked off with just this. And this is the MyPillow mattress topper special at MyPillow.com. Go to MyPillow.com with the promo code Kane, save 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper, and you get 2 free MyPillows. So that's 3 gifts. And, this is the 3-inch mattress topper. It's the mattress topper I sleep on, and it is the thickest mattress topper that MyPillow makes. So with the promo code Kane, you get the MyPillow mattress topper, the 3-inch mattress topper, the thickest mattress topper they make. You save 30% off, and you get 2 free MyPillows. And that MyPillow mattress topper, when I got mine, I made a YouTube video of it. It comes in a great box, perfect for wrapping. They'll never guess what it is, and they will thank you for years to come for all of these MyPillow gifts, because everything Mike Lindell makes lasts for years and years to years. That's why everything comes with a 10-year warranty. So go to MyPillow.com. Take advantage of this incredible special, the MyPillow 3-inch mattress topper, 30% off, and 2 free MyPillows with the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E.
We all know how beautiful and lush Florida is, with the abundance of trees and bushes. But if you want your home to look great, all of that greenery needs to be trimmed and well kept. So when it comes to trimming your trees, you want a pro, one who knows how to cut, when to cut, and the difference in each type of tree. And the best in South Florida are the professionals at GoPro Professional Property Care. With over 50 years of experience in South Florida, they know what's best for your trees and how to make your home look spectacular. With all the electrical wiring around, tree trimming is too dangerous to do yourself and requires a professional that you will not find by hiring just some guy with a truck who knocks on your front door. In fact, tree trimming is so much more than just cutting branches. It's about maintenance and keeping your trees healthy and having curb appeal. GoPro Professional Property Care is licensed and insured, available 24/7 for any tree emergency. GoPro does it all too: tree trimming, pruning, tree removal, stump grinding, root removal, lawn care, and installation. And that's just the start of what they do. Call Nathan. He's Steve Kane's personal tree trimmer, and now he wants to work with you. 954-680-7739. He's also available for condos, HOAs, and businesses. 954-680-7739. 954-680-7739. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. 954-680-7739.
Hi, Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Building Restoration. We survived the 2021 hurricane season. Now it's time to get your building envelope ready for the next season. Laporta Contracting installs all types of roofs, from asphalt, clay, and concrete, standing metal seam, flat roofs, and slate tile systems. Our building
Good morning, everyone.
offers complete envelope protection to include siding, stucco, concrete restoration, impact windows and doors, weatherproofing, and painting. Laporta Contracting serves single-family, multifamily, HOAs, and commercial properties. Call Laporta Contracting today for a free evaluation and estimate, and go to our website to see our team and past customer videos at laportacontracting.com. Our number is 954-604-4602. That number again is 954-604-4602. And thanks for listening to the Steve Kane Show.
Traveling and need a COVID test? Maybe you need a COVID test for work or school. Stop by Any Lab Test Now of Boca or Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. They offer all the COVID testing panels you need at the lowest prices, including the antibody test. Results in 15
Steve Kane Show.
Any Lab Test Now of Boca is located in the Centerfoot Plaza, where Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsborough on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Call 561-237-5009. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University Drive in Ramblewood, near the Coral Square Mall in Coral Springs. Call 954-906-5983. Make sure to tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show. Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for help.
All right, welcome back, everyone. 10 before 7. It's Thanksgiving. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. We're here live today, Thanksgiving, tomorrow, Black Friday, brought to you live by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. All right, good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, this is Fred from Coral Springs.
Hey, Fred, what's up?
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to extend your commercial break a little bit. I've used Siegel before. He's awesome.
Have I what?
I've used Siegel's law practice before.
Oh, Attorney Barry Siegel. Oh, at the Siegel Law Group, yes.
Yeah, that's number one. I want to let you know I dropped $100 at Wings Plus the other night.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of wings.
I had the Philly cheesesteak, which is awesome.
Oh, awesome, great.
And the mushrooms and the wings. And MyPillow, let me tell you about this. I slept on an air mattress last night and put the mattress topper on top of the air mattress. And you can never find a comfortable air mattress no matter how much money you spend. But I slept like a baby.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, that you know, I wake up in the mornings on that MyPillow mattress topper, and it's complete peace and serenity. It's like sleeping on a cloud.
It also serves as the dog bed for my cats.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good.
I wanted to mention one thing. I was going to call yesterday, but I couldn't get through. You were talking about the guilt by association, basically, on a lot of these things. And as I've mentioned to you before, I spent 25 years in radio, and I worked at some rock stations. And during that course of time, we had a lot of meet and greets backstage with the artists and listeners and that kind of thing. And, just because I went backstage and had my picture taken with, Judas Priest or Black Sabbath, that didn't define who I was. Like you were talking about yesterday with the Rick Powski pictures. I mean, there's so many things that happen in our lives we have no control of.
I met John McCain once at the Republican National Convention. Took a picture with him. Does that mean I'm in with the Russian collusion dossier of John McCain's? I mean, it's so stupid.
It is. It's worse than stupid. And, I just refuse to, bow to this, ridiculousness of all this garbage that's going on. And, one of the other things that, not a lot of folks talk about is this 1619 project and the CRT and all that. If this stuff was so great, why did it just come up in the last couple of years? You would have thought somebody would have been talking about it years and years and years ago.
Well, the 1619 project is the 1619 see, they realized that America didn't start slavery, we ended it. So the 1619 project, they're changing the founding of America from 1776 to 1619, when they believe the first African slave was brought to the New World, so we're accountable for it in the form of reparations. That's what that's about.
Yeah,
Jacqueline, $20 super chat. Thank you. Everyone thank Jacqueline.
Participate.
I'm thankful for the program. Thank you, Brian and Kathy. Well, thank you, Jacqueline.
But I don't give a darn.
There was a time when white privilege existed, but not in my time. Not in my time. Like right now, if I were black, okay, and everything else were equal about what I do, conservative, as good as I am and everything else, I'd be one of the most famous radio hosts in America, because if you're black, you shoot up for the stars, And if that's why I always make sure my daughter puts African American black down on all of her forms, because boom, she goes to the top of the stack as opposed to the bottom if she were to put white or other.
But in a lot of respects, that's sad, because, she's probably could go anywhere she wants on her merits, her skills, her knowledge.
Yeah, but there's discrimination against white people today in this society. They're oppressing us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you do too. And hey, thanks for using all our sponsors. All right, take care. Wings Plus, Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group, and MyPillow. I love it. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the only radio show where listeners call in and do spots for us. It's absolutely amazing. I appreciate that. Our number is 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. I've worked many holidays, and when I actually did something which is an incredible waste of money when I was young. But although it gave me, I shouldn't say that, because it allowed me to make some connections that got me my first job. I went to broadcasting school, which I don't recommend people do. I happened to be very lucky and met a couple people in broadcasting school that were very connected with some big radio stations, and that's how I got into this. But when I was in broadcasting school, on the first day, my teacher, who was a DJ at a big Miami FM radio station at the time, he was a weekend guy, and during the week he was a teacher at the broadcasting school. He gave us, everyone in the class, a dictionary. And he said, look up the word holiday. and he says, I want you to take your ink pen and use it to block that word out. There are no holidays in radio. So I've worked on many holidays. This one's no different. But I'm glad to be here with you guys because, you know, talk radio, and this audience in particular, we have built up over the years such a great family of people here with the Steve Kane Show, and it grows all the time. Now, I've been talking, I'm going to give you an update. I've not given the name out on the air. I know some people off the air know who this is, so please do not say the name in the chat room on YouTube, because the individual has asked me not to use their name, but do ask for prayers. One of our Steve Kane listeners, who's part of the Steve Kane listener family, I've been telling you this week, who goes on our cruises, one of the most well-known people in our chat room on YouTube Live every morning for many, many years, is hospitalized with COVID, and it's been a rough go for them, but my wife talked to a family member of theirs last night, and there's been some improvement on their part, so that's very good. And I've been asking you guys throughout the week to pray for this person. Again, please don't say the name if you know the name in the chat room. They have asked not to use their name, but have asked for prayers, and I've been asking you guys for, I don't know, about 3 or 4 days now for your prayers, and the power of prayer has been working so far, so please keep doing it. And there was some very good improvement that we heard about last night, and that's a good thing. And I've been very, very worried about this person because they are a friend of mine, a friend of my wife's, and I have my wife and I even went. After the cruise, our last cruise in 2019, because we didn't have one last year because of COVID. My wife and I and my daughter met this person in Orlando, and we went to Walt Disney World with them. And so this is someone that we're pretty close to, and I know a lot of you are too. And so thank you for all of your prayers, but please do not stop, because I've really been worried about this person quite a lot. Now, of course, as we said, this is our MyPillow Thanksgiving Black Friday weekend MAGATHON, brought to you by MyPillow. And you know, I use so many of the MyPillow products myself. If you go to MyPillow.com and you click on Radio Listener Specials, you'll see the MyPillow My Slippers specials. I have the MyPillow My Slippers. They are wonderful. You know, calling them a slipper really does a bit of a disservice, because Mike Lindell says they're for all-day wear, and I do wear them all day sometimes. I don't always wear them here to the radio station, but I wear them out and about all the time, to the store, to restaurants. The MyPillow My Slippers are wonderful. I have the tan moccasin fur line My Slippers. I love them. And I just ordered a pair for Steve. Steve got the same ones, but he got them in charcoal. And what got Steve to get them is one of our listeners, you hear on the recorded commercial, has neuropathy, and he talks about how it's helped his neuropathy. You've heard in the message. And Steve may have, we don't know yet, he may have neuropathy. And Steve ordered them. He's been having some symptoms, and he ordered the MyPillow My Slippers very specifically for that. And when you go to MyPillow.com and you click on the Radio Listener Specials, you can get the MyPillow My Slippers for 50% off. You heard me right, 50% off the MyPillow My Slippers with the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. They come in multiple styles for both men and women, and in multiple colors for both men and women. And in the women's styles, they also offer pink. So go to MyPillow.com, click on the Radio Listener Specials, and with the promo code KANE, 50% off the MyPillow My Slippers. It's a great deal. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network, WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Brian Craig here. Conservative Doug called me up live on the air to tell me about his experience at Friendly Tire.
Dan, $50 super chat. Thank you. Everyone thank Dan. Great show, great people. Happy Thanksgiving. Well, thank you, Dan. Thank you, Jacqueline, as well. Everyone, please thank Dan and Jacqueline if you haven't thanked her already for those super chats. That's awesome, guys.
Not only that, his tie was normally, the tires I was looking at had any mileage guarantee. His is 60,000 mile warranty. So they're not only half the price, but the price is good.
So you're a repeat customer over there at Friendly Tire. You bought new tires, right? So you bought new tires, because they also sell used tires, starting at just $30 for most sizes. But you bought new tires, and they were half the price at Friendly Tire than at the other tire shops around town. That is phenomenal, and came with a 60,000 mile warranty on the tires. That's great. And of course, Friendly Tire, they never charge you to mount the tire, balance the tire, or dispose of your old tires. The price that they give you are out the door and on the road. And
Everybody should go there. I don't know how anybody can buy tires anyplace else. This guy is the best prices.
That's right. That's right. Listen, give Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire a call. His number, 954-977-9445. He'll give you a quote right over the phone, 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net, or you can just stop right in. The address is listed at stevekaneshow.com, 5415 Northwest 15th Street.
Steve Kane Show.
And that's just a little north of Coconut Creek Parkway on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Well, Conservative Doug, thanks so much, and I'm glad you got such a great deal on your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
Hi, Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Building Restoration. We survived the 2021 hurricane season. Now it's time to get your building envelope ready for the next season. Laporta Contracting installs all types of roofs, from asphalt, clay, and concrete, standing metal seam, flat roofs, and slate tile systems. Our building restoration offers complete envelope protection to include siding, stucco.
My daughter just sent me this picture she made of our cat, Sagwa, on our couch this morning.
Multifamily, HOAs, and commercial properties. Call Laporta Contracting
Got her at the Humane Society.
Evaluation and estimate, and go to our website to see our team and past customer videos at laportacontracting.com. Our number is 954-604-4602. That number again is 954-604-4602. And thanks for listening to the Steve Kane Show.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option.
Yeah, she's a cool cat. We have one cat and one dog left.
At 954-753-8080.
It was a little chilly this morning, so I wore this shirt, instead of a jacket. And well, Kathy was up this morning, my wife. I've had this, our 25th wedding anniversary is next week. And Kathy and I were talking, I've had this shirt longer than we've been married. I had this before we got married. Oh my gosh.
You are listening to South Florida's morning radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll free, dial 1-888-COCAINE-1. That's 1-888-COCAINE-1. And now, here's Steve.
Alrighty, welcome. Hour number 2 has begun. It's Thanksgiving, people. We are here live on Thanksgiving. I'm looking out. We're on the top floor of our office building here, and I can see US 1 between Palmetto and Hillsborough Boulevard, and I can see Dixie Highway. And I just saw one car. The other Dixie Highway, I don't see any cars. US 1, 3 cars. Light must have just turned green. 3 cars. Usually these roads are jam-packed. So it's like ghost town out there. But this is something, okay? The roads are pretty empty. There were more cars on the road this morning than I was expecting. But when I'm looking out overhead at the roads today, this is what it was like last year during the COVID lockdowns. And it was like this, like at 9 o'clock in the morning during the week. Those are some scary days, man, but Trump got us through it. All right, we are here live today on Thanksgiving and tomorrow for our Steve Kane Thanksgiving, Black Friday, MyPillow MAGATHON, sponsored by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. And we're here live, taking your calls at 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. Steve Kane will be joining us later in the program. Conservative Doug. Hey, Doug.
Good morning, and happy Thanksgiving to you and Steve, and I hope you have a wonderful day with your families after the show. Yesterday, when you were mentioning about the OK sign,
the OK sign. Is that what
you had to go to commercials. I couldn't finish saying something. Most people don't know that in the Middle East, if you put a thumbs up to somebody, it's almost as bad as putting the middle finger up to somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Most people don't know that. I found out. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you, the OK sign, I did not know this, but if you send a text message on your iPhone, I don't know if this is true with Android, I have an iPhone. If you send a text message on your iPhone and you type OK, the iPhone gives the OK sign emoji. So that means Tim Cook, Apple, they must be white supremacists to allow that. And even I noticed on the chat room on YouTube Live, which is Google, if you type OK in the chat room on YouTube, you get an OK sign too. I don't think that Google and YouTube are white supremacist organizations. The left have just gotten stupid, haven't they? They're just stupid now.
They'll try anything to try to cause trouble. I don't get it, but this is what they do.
Well, if everything is racist, nothing is racist, right? If everything is racist, then nothing is racist.
Yeah, they don't seem to get that though. But they try. They put they must have a think tank. They go, what are we going to say today? Let's pick something else. Let's say this. Let's say, how about this? Let's say George Floyd is Jesus. What else?
Well, they're actually saying that, which I'm sure you know. They got this new artwork that is portraying George Floyd as Jesus, which is I find as offensive as those Virgin Mary art pieces with the cow manure and the flies that they used to do in New York City. And it's in such bad taste. But that's the left.
You keep thinking that, all right, they can't come up with anything else, but they find something else to come up with this to be annoying. I don't know why they like to do that, but
yeah,
it turns a lot of people off to them, and I think that I keep telling everybody.
Well, what they're doing, they don't understand. What we're seeing from, I was talking about this verdict yesterday in the Aubrey case. That very good verdict. No one disagrees with that verdict, except maybe the guys that were convicted. But that shows our system of justice is not racist, or they would not have been convicted. If this were 60 years ago, they would have been acquitted, even with the video evidence. They didn't have video back then, but if they had it, they probably would have been acquitted 60, 70 years ago in Georgia, even though everyone saw them do it, because the system used to be racist. We've moved beyond that. And when I saw Sharpton come out and say, this shows that not all white people are racist, which implies most are, what they don't understand they're doing, what we're seeing from black leftists is who the real racists in our society are, black liberals. They hate white people. They hate white people for no other reason other than that we're white, and that scares people in this country. It scares people because people fear, well, if they were in charge, what would happen? And what we're seeing is discrimination, segregation. They have these minority-only areas of schools where white people aren't allowed to go. They're bringing back racial segregation. It's insanity what the left are doing here. And they're setting race relations back 40 years by doing all this.
And what bothers me is what makes them think it's going to fix anything by doing this?
Al Sharpton doesn't want to fix anything. He flew to Georgia on a private jet. If everything's fixed, where does he get the donations to fuel up the jet? Hey, Doug, take care. Have a great Thanksgiving. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name?
Hey, good morning, Brian. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you.
It's Al from Coral Springs.
Oh, Geography Al. Geography Al. Hey.
Yeah, hey, that'll be a new handle for me, Geography Al.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving, dude. we don't agree about anything. But I figure on one day at least, a holiday, man, could you stop dividing the country? Come on.
What am I? How am I dividing the country today?
I mean, everything is black and white and left and right. I mean, can we just be Americans today, all of us?
Well, that's the reason that it's not that way is not because of me. It's because of you on the left.
No, it's not, Brian.
Yeah, look at what's going on here. Thanksgiving is a great American holiday. I know they have a Thanksgiving in October in Canada. It's not the same thing. But Thanksgiving is a great American holiday, and look at what's happening. The left are trying to do away with Thanksgiving.
Not, Brian. See, this is what you don't understand. You talk a lot about fear, okay? You shouldn't be afraid of the truth. I think Americans are pretty tough, and what a lot of you people who try to, criticize truth-telling, Americans are tougher than that. I mean, you hate the Constitution if you don't agree with the two-party system.
The Constitution, there's not a two-party system in the Constitution. You can have many parties. The Constitution doesn't have... Where'd you go to school? Democracy is not a two-party system. You can have 1,002 parties. You can have 2 million parties.
On Republicans and Democrats mostly, and independents. And I mean...
No, the Republicans didn't exist. When was the Constitution written and ratified, do you know?
No, I don't.
Well, there was no 1787. Okay, there was no Republican Party then. The first Republican president was Abraham Lincoln. Okay, and the Republican Party was established as an abolitionist party to abolish slavery, and the
And I told you how the racist Democrats infiltrated the Republican Party. And
well, tell me, listen, this is a holiday, so I'm not as pressed for time on a big holiday like this. Tell me about how the party switched. Tell me about how this happened.
It wasn't that it switched.
Tell me about it.
But the Democrats had to figure out a way. They would.
Okay, walk me through what happened. The racist Democrats left, leaving great people. And infiltrated the Republican Party. Tell me how who this was and what they did to the Republicans.
It's similar to what's going on now with the.
No. You said the racist Democrats infiltrated the Republican Party and turned the abolitionist party into a racist party. I want to learn about this from you. I want the truth.
We had this conversation
Well, let's have it again.
Let's try to have a peaceful day.
No, tell me. Back up what you said. Tell me, who were these racist Democrats?
Stop dividing the country for one day.
No. I'm not dividing anyone. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You're making crap up.
Take care.
No, you take care. What he's talking about, and I'll tell you guys what he's talking about. What he's talking about is this fake party switch in the Dixiecrats, okay? The Dixiecrats were racist segregationist Democrats who left the Democrat Party because they opposed the Civil Rights Bill. They formed their own party called the Dixiecrats. They didn't become Republicans. They formed the Dixiecrats. And Al Gore's father was one of them. Every single Dixiecrat, every segregationist Dixiecrat went back to the Democrat Party except for one. And that was Strom Thurmond, who saw how he was wrong and became a Republican, and he changed. All those segregationists that left the Democrat Party, like Al Gore's father, all went back to the Democrat Party. That's one of the biggest lies they tell you, that there was this party switch. The Democrats cannot even agree at 12 noon that it's noontime. That's how bad it is. They can't agree that the sky's blue. But somehow, the left expect us to believe that one day the Democrats and the Republicans got together and decided to switch parties. Oh no, we racists, we're going to be Republicans. And the good people, you're going to be Democrats. Okay. Are you kidding me? And what's really sad about Al is not alone. Most Democrats are like that. They have this one line, like, well, it could be different issues. It could be climate change, it could be this party switch, whatever the issue is, right? They have a one-sentence line, and they don't know anything about the background of it to back it up. They just have, it's called talking points. They have a talking point that they can't even explain. And the talking point is their belief system. And if you notice, when I start questioning them on their talking point, all of a sudden, have a good day, gotta go, it's a holiday, everything's closed, gotta be at work. Now, it's Thanksgiving, and we are here today on the Steve Kane Show for our Steve Kane MyPillow Thanksgiving Black Friday MAGATHON. Today's show and tomorrow's show, both live, Thanksgiving and Black Friday, brought to you by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. And, of course, I use so many MyPillow products myself. You hear me talk about them all the time. And I'm going to tell you about another incredible deal. When you go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener specials, the MyPillow, the classic MyPillow, the invention of Mike Lindell's, the Thomas Edison of sleep that started it all, the MyPillow, its lowest price ever with the promo code Kane, $29.98. You heard me. The regular price is $69.98. That's how much I paid for mine. My wife got me a MyPillow for Christmas, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. I'm sleeping on it this morning, the same one she got me 4 years ago. And, you know, before I had the MyPillow, I heard about the MyPillow. I saw Mike Lindell on TV talking about it. And I tried every kind of pillow there is. Foam pillows, foam-fitting pillows, down pillows with feathers in them. I even got one of those bamboo pillows at Brookstone that cost like $200. And, you know, I'd neck pains, headaches I'd wake up with. My wife got me the MyPillow for Christmas. I slept on it Christmas night, woke up the next morning, had the best sleep I've ever had. That MyPillow is amazing. That patented fill, what it does, that patented fill, and by the way, you can order the pillow for different firmness levels. I now have two. I have one that's firm. I have one that's soft, you know. And that patented fill inside the MyPillow that you hear Mike Lindell talk about, what it does is your head and neck fit in the pillow perfectly, so your head's not tossing and turning at night. And you don't realize this because you're asleep, but every time you move, every time you toss, every time you turn, you wake yourself up. You wake yourself up. It's like having sleep apnea. And with the MyPillow, you'll sleep the whole night through. They're machine washable and come with a 10-year warranty. I wash my MyPillow all the time. You wash it, you dry it, and it's like brand new every time. One more quick story about it. My mother came a few years back and spent the night on Christmas Eve. And she said, I want to sleep on one of those MyPillows you're talking about on the radio all the time. So my daughter, we have some extra MyPillows around the house now for guests, but my daughter gave my mother her MyPillow to sleep on that night, and she was, you know, very skeptical. She woke up the next morning. She says, "Wow, Brian, that MyPillow is everything you said. I can't believe it." Yeah, I know. You would think a pillow could just be a pillow. And then we got her one for Mother's Day, and she loves it. And out of all the Mother's Day gifts I've given my mother, it's probably the only one she remembers. So go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener specials. The regular price for the MyPillow, $69.98, but with the promo code Kane, the lowest price ever, K-A-N-E, just $29.98. Makes a great Christmas gift. Anyone you give this to will love it. And it comes in a great package that is perfect for wrapping. Just $29.98 with the promo code Kane, the lowest price ever. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E.
Brian Craig here. When it comes to auto repair, you want a garage that you can trust. Someone that will only do work on your car when your car needs work. Introducing Champagne Automotive in Boca Raton, the latest sponsor of the Steve Kane Radio Show. Tom called in on the radio to tell us about his experience with Champagne Automotive.
Hi, this is Tom from Tamarack.
Hey, Tom from Tamarack, what's up?
I just want to tell you guys something. I spent the last 2 days trying to get brakes
Steve
for
Kane
my
Show.
car. I was leaving the house yesterday.
Hey, hold on.
Another place that had a lower price. They wanted $800 for brakes, and that advertisement came on for Champagne. I live in Western Tamarack. They said, "Let me take a drive up there." Well, I was almost blown over how friendly, honest, old school school these people are.
Old school, that's really the term that really describes it.
But let me tell you, the guy I got into previously won $800. He said, well, you need to gauge your power steering fluid. And Ed, the owner, put the car up on the lift, pulled the wheels. He goes, you don't need brakes. And I about fell over.
Wow. Well, tell me the end of the story. You're going to be hooked.
So it wasn't that your vehicle was misdiagnosed at the other place. You were dealing with a crook.
Oh, absolutely. This guy wanted to sell me everything but a washing machine. I don't want that.
Now, this is our new sponsor. We have wanted for a long time.
Stupidity is persistent, isn't
It sure is. Have you seen the new Star Trek show yet? You don't watch it? Discovery? It's worst. I watched the new episode this morning. It's the worst. No, Star Trek Discovery. It's on the Paramount app. It's the worst. The worst. It's very woke. Beyond woke. There's not a white man in the main cast. There's like a supporting guy who's Hispanic. There's one white guy who's supporting who's gay, but there's no... All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show, live on this Thanksgiving, and we will be live on Black Friday, brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name?
Hi, Brian. This is Sandra calling from Indiana.
Sandra in Indiana. What's up?
Hey, was he talking about all this them coming up with excuses that everything we say is racist?
Yes.
It won't surprise me if they start complaining that the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, is going to be considered racist.
Oh, really? Where does Black Friday? Where does in Black Friday? Do you know what the origin of that is? I don't. Why is it called Black Friday? Black Friday. That's a good thing. Why would they want to take that off? Black Friday is an exciting day. I guess they black out the prices. Is that maybe where it comes from? I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking, but that'll probably be the next thing, since everything else is considered racist or white supremacist, or, they're going to come up with something else that's racist.
I know. Well, like I say, if everything is racist, right, because as they claim, is anything really racist? Everything cannot be racist, or it's not racist.
There has never been... I was born in the late 50s, and I don't recall ever having any racism like this until the last 10 months. Actually, the last 10 months is the worst I've ever
Thank
seen.
you. Well, it's getting worse, and I'll tell you, over at it's being reported in multiple sources that MSNBC at its highest executive level is in discussions about firing Joy Reid because of her reaction to the Rittenhouse verdict and the Christmas parade massacre. And, because a lot of people believe that Joy Reid had a role to play in that she incited violence. And I don't think they're going to fire her at MSNBC, because if they fire her, that would be an acknowledgement that their network, their cable network, was used to incite violence, and that's like an admission of guilt, so their lawyers are probably telling them not to. But what you have on the television news, in particular the cable news, you have irresponsible broadcasters that are inciting terrible behaviors and terrible acts. And when if you watch what they say on MSNBC in response to all of these news stories, it's the most open, out-of-the-closet racism I've ever seen. I've never heard things like this before. And it's really starting to impact this country.
Me too, because...
Wayne, he says, Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Thank you for holding this stream on Thanksgiving. Well, thank you, Wayne. Everyone thank Wayne for that
And when I hear what the fake news media talks about with all this going on, and then I hear the other news medias, they spew out hatred like you wouldn't believe.
I was talking during the break. What's going about something? I'll talk about it just briefly because Steve will kill me. But I'm a humongous Star Trek fan. I have been my entire life. I don't remember a time when I wasn't a Star Trek fan. And there's a new Star Trek series that's on the Paramount app. It's in its 4th season, called Star Trek Discovery. It is the most woke, and all television shows are this way now. It is so woke they don't have a white heterosexual man in the cast. There's one white guy who's a supporting actor, and he's gay. And everything is run by a woman. And anytime they have a white guy who's... And what's happened on the left is they're trying so hard to be fair and balanced that they've just become sexist, racist. And they're very... When Al Sharpton came out of that courthouse with Ben Crump yesterday, and he says, this verdict shows that not all white people are racist, that's implying that most white people are, but a couple on this jury are not. And that's some of the worst racial stereotyping I've ever heard, and no one questions them about it.
People like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson are just out for the money, and who knows, they probably live in white neighborhoods too. And do they consider the white...
No, I think Sharpton, I could be wrong, some of our New York listeners, but Sharpton I think lives in Harlem, and Jesse Jackson's in Chicago. But they don't live in the projects. You know, Al Sharpton flies around by private jet. Sounds like he's privileged, not me. And you know, Joy Reid, who's talking about white privilege all the time on MSNBC, I learned a couple things about her this week. One, she went to Harvard. You know, I didn't go to Harvard. I went to a local state university here. You know, she went to Harvard, which is the golden ticket to life, and she's a multimillionaire. I'm not a millionaire. She's not only a millionairess, a multi-millionaire. But I have privilege, but she doesn't? Come on, she's got a Harvard degree and she's a multimillionaire. But I'm the one who has privilege. She's the victim.
The government probably paid her way through college.
Well, I don't know how she paid her way through college. I don't know. But she has nothing but privilege with you have a degree from Harvard. That's like the Willy Wonka golden ticket is what that reference is. You know, it's the keys to the kingdom. And I watched her program Friday night after the Rittenhouse verdict. I mean, I couldn't believe the level of racial anger coming out of, you know, right now on MSNBC yesterday, and they're not alone in this. The mainstream media are doing this. You know, this Christmas parade massacre, they're calling that on MSNBC. They're calling that an accident. That wasn't an accident. That was a mass murder.
I watched the video. That was no accident. That was a deliberate.
And you know, there was a few months back here in South Florida, there was a guy at a gay pride parade in a pickup truck who ran into the parade and some people got hit. It turned out that was an accident. There was a problem with the accelerator, got stuck. The guy in the truck was like the guy who was going to be leading the parade. You know, that's an accident. Okay, that was what we saw was a mass murder at that parade, and they're calling it an accident. And the reason they're calling it, everybody that's died has been white. The guy that did it's black, and you know, I feel like they think it's somehow he's justified in his anger. The head of Black Lives Matter, one of the founders, said 2 days ago that the parade massacre was a response to the Rittenhouse verdict. And he's killed more people than Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse killed 2 in self-defense, shot a 3rd. This guy's killed 6, and they're calling it an accident.
These people that are in these organizations are insane. They've got evil in them. And when they talk about white privilege, do they also include Democrat, liberal, leftist?
Well, the thing about racist, okay, and racists don't believe they're racist. Okay? I know that's hard for people to understand. Racists don't believe they're racist. They believe they just have, that they see the world clearly and the rest of us do not. Joy Reid is as racist as those guys in the Aubrey trial. Okay? And those guys are true hardcore racist. They killed Aubrey. That was a lynch mob. Okay? And that was and no one would question whether or not they're racist, I don't think. And Joy Reid hasn't killed someone directly, but she is a racist just like they are in their heart and their mind. And she's weaponized it in a way because she's on national television with yeah.
What those guys did in Georgia was wrong. I'm glad they got convicted. but I have this analogy. You know how Catholics vote for Democrats?
I'm Catholic and I don't vote Democrat. But go ahead.
Well, you don't, but the majority of Catholics
Yeah, they do.
vote, and black and Hispanic. Okay, I hate to say it, but about Catholic people against abortion. You vote for a Democrat, you're basically condoning abortion. You're condoning abortion.
Well, listen, Joe Biden's Catholic. Nancy Pelosi's Catholic. There's a lot of Catholics at the top of the Democrat Party, absolutely.
And they supposedly received communion.
Well, let me tell you, they're not supposed to. And I know we've got a liberal pope right now that allowed Biden, when you receive Holy Communion's a big deal in Catholic Mass. It's not like Protestant churches. It's a big deal. And one of the things, it's not the only thing, my wife and I became Catholic about 10 years ago. We went through an almost a year-long process. We took classes, RCIA classes, Rite of Christian Initiation for Adults, that when you're converting to Catholicism, you have to go through this course. And during that whole 9 months or a year, we were not allowed to take communion and at Mass. And now we could go to Mass and go do it, and they're not going to check our Catholic card, but we didn't, out of respect. Out of respect, we didn't do it. And they disrespect the church every time they do it. And you're right. We had years ago in Mass, the priest, one of the leaders of Priests for Life came to Mass, and he led the Mass, and half the women walked out. When the Priest for Life guy was talking, this was years ago, he was talking against Obamacare before it passed because it funded abortion. And I couldn't believe how many women got up and walked out of Mass. You're not supposed to leave Mass until the priest leaves. They walked out in the middle of him talking. I've never seen anything like it before. I don't get it.
It's on me. It's just beyond me.
I'm very pro-life. My mother is adopted and my daughter is adopted. We are very strongly pro-life, always have been.
My daughter was adopted.
Yeah, my mother was born in 1951 and was adopted. That's the way it is. Hey, appreciate the call. Thanks so much, Indiana. Take care. Now, of course, this is Thanksgiving. We are here live, brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. This is the Steve Kane Thanksgiving, Black Friday, MyPillow MAGATHON. All these great deals at MyPillow.com. And if you notice, as I've been talking about the different products, we're halfway through the show, and I'm still only on the MyPillow products that I personally have. And here's another. This is a great one as a gift for yourself, your significant other, or anyone on your gift-giving list. Your son, your daughter, your grandkids, your employees, whoever's on your gift-giving list, the MyPillow bathrobe. Oh, man, my wife and I have the MyPillow bathrobe. They come in styles for men and women and many different colors. And there's two types of MyPillow bathrobes. There's the heavy one, which is what I have, and then there's a lighter version. And they come in many different colors. They have a whole bunch of new colors in. I love the MyPillow bathrobe. They are just so perfect, so comfortable. And like all of Mike Lindell's incredible products, the MyPillow bathrobe, of course, very well made. You wash it, you dry it, it's like new every time. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener specials, and with the promo code Kane at checkout, 30% off the MyPillow bathrobe. 30% off the MyPillow bathrobe. It's a great deal. Whoever is on your gift-giving list, they'll love it. They will love it. They'll use that robe for years and years to come and think about you and that gift and remember that gift every year. How many gifts do you get? What did you get for Christmas last year? Do you even remember? What did you give for Christmas last year? Do you remember that? No. These MyPillow gifts, my wife and I give MyPillows and MyPillow gifts to people all the time for all kinds of occasions, and they always remember it, and they always tell us how grateful they are and how it's made their sleep better, made them more comfortable. They just love it. And the MyPillow bathrobe, 30% off with the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Hi, Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Building Restoration. We survived the 2021 hurricane season. Now it's time to get your building envelope ready for the next season. Laporta Contracting installs all types of roofs, from asphalt, clay, and concrete, standing metal seam, flat roofs, and slate tile systems. Our building restoration offers complete envelope protection to include siding, stucco, concrete restoration, impact windows and doors, weatherproofing, and painting. Laporta Contracting serves single-family, multifamily, HOAs, and commercial properties. Call Laporta Contracting today for a free evaluation and estimate, and go to our website to see our team and past customer videos at laportacontracting.com. Our number is 954-604-4602. That number again is 954-604-4602. And thanks for listening to the Steve Kane Show.
Traveling and need a COVID test? Maybe you need a COVID test for work or school. Stop by Any Lab Test Now of Boca or Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. They offer all the COVID testing panels you need at the lowest prices, including the antibody test. Results in 15 minutes. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is located in the Sandalfoot Plaza, where Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsborough on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Call 561-237-5009. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University Drive in Ramblewood, near the Coral Square Mall in Coral Springs. Call 954-906-5983. Make sure to tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FNA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. We are here live on Thanksgiving. I keep looking out behind me at Federal Highway, and this is a very busy area of Federal Highway, just north of Hillsborough. I'm looking at, and there's not a single car on the road. Oh my goodness. I guess I won't hit any traffic on the way home after the show today. Yet we are here live. It is Thanksgiving. Brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Steve Kane will be joining us in the 8 o'clock hour. Our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. You know, Georgia's taking over Wisconsin in the news, and after this verdict yesterday, there's another story. They're trying to get Georgia schools to change the name of some buildings that are named after segregationists. You know, you hear these stories all the time. And racist, okay? This has been an ongoing thing for the last few years. They take down statues. They're changing the name of this building and that building. You know, every time they are someplace in Georgia and wanting to change the name of a building, they don't tell you the whole story, right? It's named after a Confederate. It's named after a Klansman. It's named after a segregationist. Those things are certainly true, but they're named after a segregationist who's a Democrat. They leave that part out. And what the Democrats have been doing for the last 5 years or so with this is they're trying to wipe out the racist history of the Democrat Party, because blacks were starting to realize that the Democrats were the party of all of these terrible racial injustices. So if they take down the statues, if they rename the buildings, people will forget. That's what this is all about. All right, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Hi.
Yeah.
I would just wanted to let you know, Black Friday, I believe, was named that way because that's when a lot of businesses go from red and then into the black.
Now, yes, that sounds right. Yeah, that's the one time a year they're in the black. They're no longer in the red. Yeah. So black in that context is a very positive thing. For you liberals that don't understand about capitalism, that means you're in the profit zone. Yeah.
Wanted to share that and wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
Well, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate it. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Kevin, calling from Parkland. How you doing?
Kevin from Parkland. Oh, hey, Kevin. How you doing?
That's exactly what it is. It's when businesses make it from the red to the black, so they start making a profit for the year.
Well, this year, though, is going to be a little... I was reading a story yesterday that because of the supply chain crisis that's been caused by Biden, that some businesses are not going to make that necessary money this Black Friday weekend, and they're expecting a record number of small business bankruptcies after the holidays because of it.
And then the big companies are taking the small mom and pop shops away. But Saturdays support your local business.
Well, I'll tell you, yes, and this is what's going on here. This is a very devious thing. These Democrats, everything they do is by design. Their supporters may be stupid, but their leadership is not. Jeff Bezos from Amazon just gave $100 million to the Obama Foundation this week, right? He's like the Clintons. He's got his own money laundering scam going on. What's happening is these big businesses like Amazon are paying off the Democrats to put their competition out of business, which are small, privately owned retail stores. That's what's going on here with a lot of this.
I don't see a lot of small mom and pop shops anymore. There's so many open stores now, but the last 2 years have been real rough on everybody. And like you said, I think Black Friday...
Yeah, but not on Amazon. Amazon, I mean, even Walmart. Even Walmart has shut down stores because of Amazon, and Jeff Bezos has so much money he can send that penis rocket into space all the time, and that's... A lot of people think I'm crazy with that, but last year when businesses were out of business because of the shutdowns and lockdowns, Amazon had record profits because people were ordering through them. All right, Kevin in Parkland, appreciate the call. All right, take care. Parkland's very, very rich, exclusive area here. It's where the shooting was, of course. I've never understood why Parkland's where all the rich people live. It's so far from the ocean. Unlike Nancy, have you guys seen Nancy Pelosi's new spread here in Florida? And, she is moving to Jupiter Island, Nancy Pelosi. And this isn't Nancy's only house. She'll still have her palace in San Francisco and everything. But this is what I think is going on with Pelosi. Pelosi bought this mansion in Jupiter, which is where Don Jr. and Kim Guilfoyle live, as well as Mika and Morning Joe. Jupiter's a very nice area. Burt Reynolds made it famous and all that. I believe she bought that house for a very particular reason, not just to have another house. I believe she's planning on retiring, and she's going to make Florida her primary residence, not California, in her retirement. Why do you think that is? I'm not going to troll for calls on this. I could get calls on this all day. No, I'm not going to troll for calls, but why do you think... Now, she hasn't announced this. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm predicting in her retirement she is going to make Florida her primary residence, not California. You know why? We do not have a state income tax in Florida. That's right, no state income tax. And I'll tell you, if she does that, I hope the media focuses on that a lot. Even, Oprah lives in California only a certain number of days a year, so she has to pay the state income tax. There's penalties for it. You know what I mean? That's what these people do. She spent her entire life screwing us, like she's doing now with this bill, right, that they passed, and the other one they're trying to pass with, all the taxes on working people, on businesses large and small, and she's planning on moving to an income tax-free state. I'm telling you, that's what she's doing. That's why she bought it. They have beautiful beachfront property in California. She didn't have to buy it in Jupiter, Florida. All right, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. You're on the radio. What's your name?
Hey, good morning, Brian. It's Scott in Kiev.
Scott in Kiev. What's up?
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you.
I guess you guys in Kiev don't do Thanksgiving.
No, but I
Steve
found
Kane
a couple places I can get turkey, like a turkey steak, so I'm headed there pretty soon.
Okay, sounds good.
To go back up the stories you were talking about, when you were talking about the Salvation Army story, and you started mentioning the people who were on the national board, like the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, CEO of Chick-fil-A, that triggered a memory. So I looked it up. In June 2020, a Daily Mail, I found it on Daily Mail, but it's all over the place. The CEO of Chick-fil-A urged white Christians to repent for racism by shining black people's boots.
Yes. Chick-fil-A's gone woke. You know, they had that incident like 10 years ago. They were branded homophobes, and what had happened is the CEO of the time, I don't know if he still is, he was on Huckabee's show on Fox, and he said, all of us on the Chick-fil-A board of directors are married to our first wives. And then the gays, he's against the gay marriage. What he was talking about were all these guys that are remarried to their former mistresses and call themselves Christians and say, I wasn't equally yoked with my first wife. I'm equally yoked to this 25-year-old with the huge boobs. You know, it's just coincidental. You know, and he was talking about the sanctity of marriage, and that so many Christians are divorced and remarried to their former mistresses, and act like that's okay. But after that, after that attack on Chick-fil-A, they've come out in favor of gay rights issues and other liberal things at Chick-fil-A. So they're no longer a conservative Christian company.
It's scary when you have people like that on the national board that's creating their bylaws and everything. So the other thing I was going to talk about, a couple of the other callers already talked about the origins of Black Friday. Fox News actually ran a story on that today down at the University of Florida. There were a bunch of students who wanted to change the origin.
Yeah, I saw that this morning. Idiots, yeah.
And then the last thing, a lot of people don't realize the holiday of Thanksgiving was declared a holiday by President Lincoln. It was after the ratification of the 13th Amendment. He wanted to create a holiday that brought all Americans together. So they looked back through history at all these different dates and times and decided on a story of the Pilgrims and the Indians, showing that everybody could come together even though they were different.
Yeah.
Reason that the holiday exists, and now they're trying, ironically.
And we needed that. And Lincoln did that for a number of reasons, but he did it obviously during the Civil War because he died at the end. But he did it as a way to try to unite the people of this country during the Civil War. And look at what the Democrats are doing with it today. This is the deal, okay? The insurrectionists in the Civil War were the Democrats, and their insurrection has never ended. It has never ended. And when the mistake that Lincoln made, the mistake that that Republicans made was not outlawing the Democrat Party. Like in Germany, the Nazi Party was outlawed. They should have outlawed the Democrat Party. And their insurrection has never ended. Hey, Scott, I got to run for our last break, though, so I'll give you the last word.
No, it takes too long. But
take too long. Okay, it'll take too long. In that case, we'll go. All right, now we'll be right back on this Thanksgiving morning. If you're on hold, stand by. Don't go anywhere.
You covered AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network, WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate, where they have all the major brands like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices that absolutely can't be beaten. Steve Kane's tires for his Toyota van at the other shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. That's a $100 savings per tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the shops around town. The price at Friendly Tire, only $65. That's a $70 savings per tire. These prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of good used tires too, starting at just $30 for most cars. Call my good buddy Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone at 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Yep.
All right, 10 before 8, it's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We are here live today on Thanksgiving, and we'll be live tomorrow for the MyPillow Thanksgiving Black Friday Weekend MAGATHON. And these 2 days are sponsored and brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Another great Christmas gift, the MyPillow dog beds. Oh man, I have 2 dog beds. Reason we have 2 is our dog Nina loves it so much, she'll only lay on the pet bed. So I got tired of walking from the bedroom to the living room. So we have one in the living room and we have one in the bedroom. She loves them. They are machine washable. And you wash the whole bed. You wash it, you dry it. It's like new every time. I've had so many pet beds and dog beds over the years. And they usually have foam inside and a zipped cover. And dogs and cats are dirty, right? They're animals, right? They you know what they do. I don't have to tell you. In those old style dog and pet beds, you can't wash the foam. You can only wash the cover. So you wash and dry the cover. It never fits. And everything they've been doing, the pet dander, the urine, everything else, that was on that cover seeps into the foam, and it's just, you throw it away, you got to get a new one. The MyPillow pet bed is completely 100% machine washable and dryable, and it is like new every time. They come in multiple sizes, from small pets all the way up to large dogs, and they come in many different colors too. These make great gifts for your pet or for the pet parent in your life for Christmas. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener specials. With the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, just $27.99 for the MyPillow pet bed. $27.99 with the promo code KANE at checkout. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea.
Giving.
Thank you.
Giving to everybody out in the best chat on YouTube. I have a rabbit, and she has a MyPillow pet bed.
Oh, awesome.
She drives it around. She doesn't sleep in it. She's
Oh, okay.
all over my apartment. But thank you for what you do, because you open up the lines of communication, which is so vital, especially at this point in time. They just want to shut everything down, right? So that's why Al does what he does.
Mm-hmm.
He has to start off a parroting talking point and then shut you down. But you guys are doing the work. So kudos to you. You let everybody speak. And that's important.
Well, the problem is, with leftists, and we Steve and I go easy on these callers. You have no idea. We're not using all of our superpowers on these callers. But you hear, we do everything through questions here. We'll ask them, I start asking him a question or two, and all of a sudden liberals get the busy, I got to go to work. Well, wait a minute, everything's closed today. It's Thanksgiving. Yeah, but I got to work, Liberals have talking points that they can't explain, defend, or back up at all, and they can't talk beyond the talking point, the one-line sentence. And this is not true just of these people that call the show. This is true of liberals who who you see on these national talk shows. Not just callers, I'm talking about like national hosts.
Well, what I think you're going to see, and this is what I hope, because Americans are waking up, like we see what's going on. The pendulum is going to swing back very, very hard to the right. And what the liberals are doing, really in essence, is they are destroying themselves and their narrative, because people are getting sick of it. I mean, I know I'm sick of it. I have beyond liberal fatigue. I don't deal with people like that. I don't associate with people like that. Like, I will cut you off hardcore the second you start spouting nonsense, because I don't want to hear it. And that's what you're going to see. You're going to see a bunch of Americans be like, nope, we're done. And now it's going to swing so far to the right that we're actually going to go back to the constitutional.
Well, this is the thing. On today's show, we're talking about a lot of different racial things, right? The new Salvation Army business, where when you're white and you donate to the Salvation Army, they want you to ask for forgiveness for your whiteness and repent of your whiteness. And I hate talking about all these racial things, but this is what they're forcing us to do. This is what's in the news. And, you know, I this morning, I just, when I do my show prep, I'm reading the stories online, I tweet them. And the way I do the show is I have, you know, remember Rush had his stack of stuff? You know, I don't print anything up. I just go through my Twitter feed, you know, and I just, during the last break, I scrolled through my Twitter feed. Every story is about a racial issue because that's what's in the news right now. And the reason it's in the news is because the Democrats are desperate right now, and they're causing racial divisions because they think that'll bring people back home to the Democrat plantation. That's what they're doing here.
Only do to you what you let them do to you, and American patriots are not letting them do it, and that's what the problem is.
Well, you know, like this verdict yesterday in Georgia. That was a great verdict in Georgia. And what I saw, I watched the liberal reaction to it yesterday, and it made me sick because the liberal reaction to that verdict is the only reason that jury convicted these three racists is because the black activist outside forced them into doing it. That jury would have convicted those three guys if there wasn't anybody outside, but they came out. They believe, the people out in front of the courthouse, that they're the reason the jury convicted them. The system is no longer racist like it used to be, and the left were not really celebrating that. They found, like yesterday, after the verdict, the liberal says, well, you know, the prosecutor didn't even want to charge these guys until the videotape came out. Maybe, I don't know, but even if that's true, they were prosecuted and they were convicted. The system worked. And the liberal media's reaction to that verdict, I felt, was disappointment. I think they were disappointed that those guys were convicted because they can't do a racial division thing on it.
Right, absolutely. But what were the new Black Panthers holding? That's what I would like to point to.
Were those AR-15s? I don't know what those big guns were. Oh.
Yeah, one was an M1A, I think, but the majority were ARs.
Yeah.
You bring a gun to a courthouse, a federal courthouse.
Well, because you have a right to do it, I guess, in Georgia. I didn't hear MSNBC take issue with that.
Well, no, of course.
They didn't ask why are the Black Panthers there with the AR-15s. I didn't hear them asking that question all day this week.
What is that? That's mob. That's intimidation and mob rule, right? But here's the thing: the justice system works. It works for Kyle Rittenhouse, and it works for these three.
That's right.
The last paid the most.
Now, but the problem is the activists and the Democrats want to pretend that this is still 1961 or 51, not 2021. And they just, you know, when Al Sharpton came out with Crump and said, this shows that not all white men, Crump tried to get him off the mics when he said all lives matter, Aubrey's father. All of a sudden, Crump had his hand on his shoulder and said, thank you, and tried to get him out, and he kept going, you know, but that all lives matter, they don't want to hear that.
Exactly, but we still live in the greatest country in the world, and we still
Steve Kane Show.
Great people. What other country would open their doors and let people come in and give them a different life?
Yeah.
To see a leftist, like, go on over to Cuba.
Oh yeah, that'd be a great. Hey Andrea, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Some good conversation and good topics. Happy Thanksgiving. Good morning, Mike. You're on the radio.
Hey, how's it going? I noticed since Greg 2 called your show up and made up that fake story about his daughters heard you in the car. You haven't called back since. I think it's been...
Yeah, really? I hadn't noticed. It's been that long?
Yeah, I haven't missed one of your shows. I don't think it's one of yours.
Wow.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Well, thank you, Mike. Appreciate that.
Political prisoners be released. And I think the number one topic right now is LeBron James. And I always told you, sports is political. And you would make the best sports commentator out of anybody.
You know, LeBron James, when LeBron James with that fake racial graffiti on his mansion up in Ohio, you know, LeBron James, my house is surrounded by cameras. You know his house is surrounded by cameras. Where's the video, LeBron James, of those people spray painting the N-word on your garage?
That's unbelievable.
I'd love to see that video because it's him. He did it. He sprayed painted it on his house and he cleaned it off.
Exactly. Now, last night, he pointed out a 58-year-old white woman and her teenage son and led security to kick them out of the game. And, you know, no witnesses. The people next to her said she didn't say a word. This really outraged me last night, you know, because I was watching the game. You know, what could you possibly have said that bad?
Yeah.
Hold on allowed to heckle a player at a game? I mean, it's racist for a white man to open up the mouth and say anything to LeBron James. I mean, look it up. He's really a terrible, horrible person.
Yeah, LeBron James. Yeah.
One more thing. One more thing. The people that applauded as BLM, the terrorists destroyed our nation, city, torch buildings, killed police officers for months. I mean, that is total disgrace. These people ever work? That's what I always wonder. Like, I'm at work, looking at my phone in my office, with all these people outside the courtroom every single day. Don't they have jobs?
Yeah.
Job application? I mean,
that's a good question. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's true. I couldn't go stand in front of the courthouse every day. Hey, Mike, take care. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, we'll take our break for the 8 o'clock hour. 1 hour to go, and we'll be back. Steve Kane joining us after this.
AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Hi, Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Building Restoration. We survived the 2021 hurricane season. Now it's time to get your building envelope ready for the next season.
You know, I don't follow basketball, but I'll tell you, there's one thing I miss about LeBron James being at the Miami Heat. LeBron James had his own flavor of Sprite, and it was called LeBron James Sprite, and they would sell it in bottles in the convenience stores here in Miami when he was with the Miami Heat. And that was like the best soda next to Coke or Pepsi. But that LeBron James Sprite was really good, and they don't sell it anymore because he's not with the Heat any longer. But I do miss the LeBron James Sprite, I must say. Did they sell that in Cleveland? Maybe I'll go to Cleveland to get a bottle.
604-4602. And thanks for listening to the Steve Kane Show.
Yeah, I tested it about half an hour ago. Yeah. What happened was the day before his computer wasn't charged and it went dead while we were talking, and that's how he connects to the Comrex.
Make sure to tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Oh, Dr. Pepper's good. I love Pepsi, but that LeBron James Sprite was pretty good. All right, we are back. Third and final hour of this Thanksgiving edition of the Steve Kane Show has begun. I'm Brian. You with us, Steve?
Yes, I am.
Oh, sounds great. Now, yes, now, of course, we are here today brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. This is our Thanksgiving Black Friday weekend. We'll be here live tomorrow, too. MyPillow MAGATHON, sponsored by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. And today, I brought with me today, I just got these in the mail yesterday, my MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, the flannel. And my wife wanted to make the bed with these last night. I said, no, I'm going to take them to the radio station to show everyone on YouTube during the show. I'll be sleeping on these tonight. Now, the MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets are absolutely amazing. These are the flannel. We already have 2 sets of the regular, and there's 2 sets in this box that I'm holding here. These are green, and when you go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code Kane, buy 1 set, get a 2nd set free. When you use the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879. They make great Christmas gifts for yourself or for anyone on your gift-giving list. And as you can see, I brought this in because I wanted to show people the way that this comes in the mail, these MyPillow sheets, perfect for wrapping under the tree, and they'll never guess what it is. All right, so lots going on, Steve, even though it's a holiday weekend.
A lot going on.
Oh, my goodness.
The talk never ceases.
Well, I was talking right before you joined us. I was watching the CNN MSNBC reaction to the Aubrey verdict. This lynch mob was thankfully convicted yesterday. And I felt like the liberal media were depressed. They were upset that these guys were convicted because it left them nowhere to go with racial division. They wanted them to be acquitted so bad, I could tell. They were like, they didn't know what to say when the conviction came down.
You think if they didn't watch the trial, they might have believed they...
Well, they had been telling us for weeks that it was a mostly white jury, meaning that they're not going to convict. You know, they're not going to be able to, they might get a hung jury. And Al Sharpton came out with Crump. Did you watch that press conference? Okay. I watched the whole thing. Sharpton came out and says, well, this shows you that not all white people are racist. Yeah, which means that most are. And then Aubrey's father came up and spoke, who was very difficult to understand. I told my wife we should turn on the closed captioning because he was very hard to understand. It was strange. But I did hear him say, he said, all lives matter. And as soon as Aubrey's father said all lives matter, Benjamin Crump put his hand on his shoulder, thank you, and tried to get him to leave the mic. Because they don't like that all lives matter statement. They wanted him away. They're not going to let him in front of any mics anytime soon after that.
I guess he's not going to make the touring company.
Not unless he stops saying all lives matter. Because they don't, that was, and it was, when he said all lives matter, it was like, there was like an immediate reaction from Crump. It was like, you know, it's like me when somebody says something and I have to hit the dump button. It was that kind.
That's funny.
No, it was that kind of reaction. But I hate to say it, Al Sharpton did say one thing I agree with. This was a lynch mob. In this Aubrey case was a total lynch mob. But, you know, justice was done. Those guys look scared to death.
Was done, you're saying because
they were convicted. No, that wasn't intimidation. They would have been convicted and under any circumstances.
I would not, frankly, want to be there if there had been
an acquittal. Oh God, no.
I wouldn't want to be standing in front of the courthouse.
I wouldn't want to be in Georgia.
I mean, it was appropriate to be intimidated.
Well, I don't know. I don't think they would have come back with a not guilty under any, you know, and two of the three, the one though I can't understand. If somebody could explain this to me and give us a call at 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-631. There's three of them, right? Okay. So the two are the father and son. The son's the one that shot him with the shotgun all those times. Okay? And then there's the father. The one I don't understand why he got and I'm sure there was a reason why, if somebody could explain it. The third guy that's not the father or son, he's the one who had the video. He recorded it. And I didn't understand why what was his crime? He recorded it, and I don't know if he was recording it thinking, well,
Along for the ride. I mean,
well, he was in his own car. Was he also trying to block in Aubrey so he couldn't get away?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All three of these mouth breathers.
Well, they said that the prosecutor originally was not going to bring charges until the videotape came out. And then they brought charges. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know, yeah. I do know that CNN and MSNBC seemed depressed with the verdict. I didn't see any high-five. They were high-fiving out in front of the courthouse. I'm talking about the people in the studios were not high-fiving and celebrating. When justice is done in a case like that, they don't know what to say. right? They have nowhere to go because everything with them is about racial division. And when a majority white jury convicts 3 white guys of many different crimes, they don't. What do we say about it? Oh, I don't know where to go.
It was a major accomplishment.
But not to the left. They wanted an acquittal in that, or a hung jury, so that they could use it for their agenda. So they got nowhere to go with it. Now it came out that the driver in the Christmas parade massacre had an anti-Trump rap song out that's out there now. So this guy, that was so political. That was a hate crime. Well, I heard them say yesterday that they're going, these 3 guys that were convicted, who are going to spend the rest of their lives in jail because none of them are going to survive 30 years. 30 years minimum until parole could be offered. These 3 guys, and I don't mean because of the age. These guys aren't going to survive in prison. There's just no way.
Like they're not going to survive a week.
They'd have to be in solitary confinement for life.
You'd have to do that.
Yeah, maybe.
Given the high profile of the case.
Do they do that in prisons? When
Yeah, sure.
Protective custody like that forever?
Isolated. What was that prison show I used to watch? Oh, darn it. You know this.
Yeah, I never watched that show. I know which one you're talking about, though. Oz, yeah.
It was pretty good once you got into it.
Yeah.
It was exciting. Good characters.
Yeah, but that was a TV show. That wasn't like real. These guys. But I heard them say. I heard this morning though that the Justice Department is going to look into federal hate crime charges. I mean, how many? They're going away for life. What more? What else do they want to do? You know.
Like everything else with Biden, everything is with an eye towards the voting.
Yeah.
Or
they got a good run going with this, and they don't want the run to end, so they're gonna keep it going.
But I would have been so ticked off. I was lucky because I only caught maybe an hour and a half of the trial, but it was all on the day when the bad guy, the redhead, was
the son.
Oh my God, the worst liar I've ever seen.
I don't agree with you. I saw him. I think. No. Oh, he got scared. Yeah, he got scared. Yeah.
You could tell he was improvising.
Well, I thought when I first saw him testifying, not with his counsel, and then at the beginning of the prosecution, he felt like he was justified in what he was doing. The guy that videotaped it thought he was protecting them by having a video of it, I think. Like they were doing a citizen's arrest. These guys, I'm sure they're going to make a movie about this. That's what he said, a citizen's arrest. My grandfather made a citizen's arrest once when I was a kid, but he was a retired cop, so he knew what to do, but he actually made a citizen's arrest with a drunk once. It was very...
Gun?
Oh, he always had a gun, yeah. He was always my grandfather was a cop for 35 years, and he said, I've arrested so many guys, I don't remember them, but they'll remember me. So he never went anywhere without a gun because he was afraid he'd run into somebody he locked up. But he didn't pull the gun out and shoot the guy. But he strong-armed him. Right? Well, the guy, it was pretty scary. But I'm sure they're going to make a movie about this, and it's really the 2 best price ever with the promo code Kane at checkout. That's awesome. Well, thanks, PJ. I appreciate that.
Of that Nancy Pelosi, she must have seen the opening credits of where.
That's right. All right, PJ. Hey, listen, thanks for calling. All right, take care. Take care. All right, listen, we'll take our break and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977.
We all know how beautiful and lush Florida is, with the abundance of trees. When it comes to trimming your trees, you want a pro, one who knows how to cut, when to cut, and the difference in each type of tree. And the best in South Florida are the professionals at GoPro Professional Property Care. With over 50 years of experience in South Florida, they know what's best for your trees and how to make your home look spectacular. With all the electrical wiring around, tree trimming is too dangerous to do yourself and requires a professional that you will not find by hiring just some guy with a truck who knocks on your front door. In fact, tree trimming is so much more than just cutting branches. branches. It's about maintenance and keeping your trees healthy and having curb appeal. GoPro Professional Property Care is licensed and insured. Available 24/7 for any tree emergency. GoPro does it all too. Tree trimming, pruning, tree removal, stump grinding, root removal, lawn care, and installation. And that's just the start of what they do. Call Nathan. He's Steve Kane's personal tree trimmer. And now he wants to work with you. 954-680-7739. He's also available for condos, HOAs, and businesses. 954-680-7739. 954-680-7739. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. 954-680-7739.
If you suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop a foot ulcer at some point in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences up to and including amputation. Now, Medicare recognizes the importance of preventative foot care and has provided coverage for those of you who are at-risk patients. I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Soul Authority. At the Soul Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic shoes made specially for diabetics. You're probably not aware, but as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year. These are not the ugly Frankenstein shoes. These are name-brand shoes. They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth to stop diabetic foot problems before they begin. Oftentimes, amputation due to diabetes is preventable, and one of the preventable measures that is most effective is wearing the proper shoes. Call the Soul Authority at 954-597-7060 or online at thesoulauthority.com. That's THESOLE authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. Steve's here. It's the Steve Kane Show. We're here live on Thanksgiving, and we'll be here tomorrow, Black Friday, for our MyPillow Thanksgiving Black Friday weekend MyPillow MAGATHON.
It's over at my pro landscaping my house. So they cut the trees first, and now they're going to do some landscaping, which is a real art form. You know, I made the mistake years ago when I first got these trees. You know the people that come by, knock on your door and say, you know, they've got a truck,
yeah,
and all that stuff. They want to cut your trees. I unfortunately used a couple of people of those before I found my pro.
Well, GoPro has done a great job. Yeah. Yeah.
But we're going to get those pictures up on the web.
Good.
Somebody who really knows what they're doing, who really knows their way around a flower bed. GoPro
Steve Kane Show.
That's it. The best.
Steve Kane Show. Hey.
Oh,
I'm always ready. I'm always ready. Well, let me give out the number: 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hello, Lauderdale.
Hey, Jerry.
How you doing? Happy
Steve
Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving to
Hey,
you.
Barry.
Listen, you got no idea how much power that the Democrats have. I must have 100 numbers on my phone, and I went to call the other day, and your number was gone. Now, how they got it in my phone, I don't know, but your number was gone.
What, you're saying the Democrats got into your phone and took our call-in number, the AAA GO-KANE 1 number, removed it from your phone?
Who else would have taken it out? You know.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it.
You must have something to share that they're afraid of getting out there.
Yeah, I hate them.
Okay.
Look, I'm still looking for an American hero.
What? What do you mean? What does that mean?
I'm looking for somebody to solve the problem.
Oh, well, his name's Donald Trump. He's up at Mar-a-Lago right now. He may be listening. You know President Trump's up.
I hope we make it that far. I wish PJ would call in more often. I think the guy has a good stuff.
PJ, a lot of people don't know PJ, who went with us on our last cruise. He's going with us on our next cruise in January. He's a writer with Newsbusters, newsbusters.org, which is one PJ Gladnick, and he's a very well-connected Washington insider newsman. And he just happens to call us, and he's an insider for sure. He knows everything that's going on. All right. All right, Jerry. Well, today is Thanksgiving, and we're not the only ones that are working, because we're going to check in right now with an attorney who is working, and his name is Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Hey, Barry, how you doing? Good. We're doing well. I thought the only attorneys that worked over Thanksgiving were the DUI attorneys, but...
Happy Thanksgiving to you guys, to everyone in the audience, and today I just want to express my gratitude. First of all, to you two gentlemen, it's been great work, you were so kind, guys, for so many years, and to the great people in the audience, and the many people who've come in over the years, very grateful for that. Grateful for the great team we have at the Siegel Law Group, and the work they do, and the caring, and just everything they do. And then for just, for my family and friends, and for, all of our family and friends, just, let's just all be thankful for everything we have, the blessings in our lives, and have a great day, and
Yes, and the Siegel Law Group obviously closed today, but when they reopen, give them a call. It's a free consultation with the Siegel Law Group. When you mention you heard them on the radio, and the number is 855-FLA-3782, 855-FLA-3782, and online, SiegelLawGroup.com. We'll have a great Thanksgiving, Attorney Barry Siegel. We'll talk tomorrow. Okay, take care. I'll tell you, when I drove into the radio station this morning, Steve, I was taking my life in my hands. I was one of the few people driving in the lane, not in between the lines. I had one guy pass me going about 128 miles an hour. Took my life in my hands coming in today. There's a lot of drunks on and I imagine tonight and tomorrow morning it'll be just as bad, so don't be out on the roads unless you have to.
To help out Mike Lindell.
That's right.
A great friend of the show, a great friend of Donald Trump's.
That's right.
Michael has had it tough. They've been after him, as they do with a lot of Trump's friends. Put pressure on them, and he was.
Well, what they're trying to do is put him out of business. Yeah.
A crafty old guy. You don't catch him napping.
I'll tell you. Well, let's take some calls, and we'll get back into that. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to both of you.
Oh, Richie the bus driver. Hey, Rich.
What's up?
Yeah. I'm going to get a little heavy. I'm not going to stay light today. Is that quite all right with you guys?
That's certainly fine.
Okay, first of all, the Aubrey trial, which I watched. They changed the law in Georgia after these guys were arrested because...
Oh, really? Oh, so wait a minute. So it used to be legal to use a pump 12 gauge into an unarmed person before that? Interesting.
It was legal. Listen, it was all timing, because I listened to lawyers talking through the whole thing. It was all timing. If they would have caught Aubrey into a house stealing something, and that very day, okay, and gone after him, they could have done exactly what they did, and they would have got let go. But the difference was, it was the day before, I believe, that you can't go after someone the next day as a citizen, and that was the law in Georgia at the time. So it was all timing thing. The guy didn't deserve to die, but these guys, the father was in law enforcement for 25 years.
What does all that mean? So what's all?
Enforcement.
Yeah, really.
I don't think this was a racial crime, especially.
Oh, Richie, come on.
Come on, man. These guys look like right out of the Klan.
Are you? Let me ask Richie. Tell me the truth. Hold on. I want an honest answer before we respond to you. Okay. Let me ask the question completely and then answer before we respond. Do you really believe it was not a racial incident, or are you just trying to be interesting, exciting, and controversial on a holiday?
Deal. I think that if Aubrey was white and there was stealing going on in the area and they thought it was him, they would have done the same thing.
No way in hell. They would not. Nope, no way.
Well, 1 second. The guy was in the Coast Guard for 8 years.
What the hell does that mean? The Coast Guard. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Services, they're very integrated. They're mixed. Everybody is.
Yeah, and some people don't like it. The Coast Guard is not the infantry.
All right, that's one thing. The other thing is, and that was one thing I brought up. So we tend to disagree with that.
Richie, I love Richie. Okay, please don't misunderstand me. I think you're trying to just be. I think this is like contrived controversy on what you perceive might be a slow day because it's a Thanksgiving holiday.
On Black Friday, do you know that there's a national emergency going on right now with the retailers all over the country because they fear Black Friday? Because normally Black Friday, people would raid stores and trample each other, but now they're afraid of them trampling and taking merchandise out with nobody stopping them.
Well, a lot of stores here in South Florida usually are open like at 11 o'clock midnight, Thanksgiving. They're not doing that. They're opening at 5 a.m. tomorrow, which is unusual, and I think they're doing it because of the looters out in California is why. Yeah, they're afraid they'll have looters all over the place and won't be able to stop it.
It's Chicago, it's New York, it's rampant.
But that's why they're not opening up at midnight.
See, look, you're a sophisticated man.
Really?
Keeps up with current events.
I am.
What's the end game on this thing? How is it going to stop? They don't seem to have the physical strength. I don't mean
the will. The will.
They don't seem to have the wherewithal to stop it. They're going to have to bring in the army or something.
So, you want to know? There was a lady on last night on Fox.
Steve Kane Show.
That she wrote a couple
Hey,
books,
hold on.
and she said it's all about equity. The prosecutors feel that there are too many. Listen, what I'm going to say. There are too many Afro-Americans in prison compared to whites. So it's an equity deal.
No, and that's not what it is. Okay, George Soros about 10, 12 years ago started backing local district attorney races. And what you Yeah, well, Trump. But the deal is with this. Yeah. Richie, but with the deal with this, it's like who's the squad? Tlaib the other day was talking about letting everybody out of jail. What you have are foreign agitators that are attempting to empty out our jails and keep our criminals free on the streets, not for racial justice. That's just the front. It's to cause chaos in America. That's why they're doing it. Yeah. But Richie, we got to run, but thanks for the call. Those of you on hold, stand by. Now, of course, Steve and I are here on this Thanksgiving Day and tomorrow, Black Friday, live from 6 till 9 a.m. both days, sponsored by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. And we've been talking about a lot of the great MyPillow products. And I want to tell you about another one, which is an incredible deal. And you go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener specials, use the promo code Kane, and I'm talking about the incredible deal on the 3-inch mattress topper. I sleep on the 3-inch mattress topper every night. It will change your life. It makes a great Christmas gift. And when you use the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, you get 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper and 2 free MyPillows. That's 3 Christmas gifts checked right off your list. The 3-inch mattress topper, by the way, 30% off. This is the thickest mattress topper that Mike Lindell makes. So go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener specials, 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper, and 2 free MyPillows with the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, K-A-N-E.
Enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you
Steve Kane Show.
unbiased comparison of all your
Steve Kane
Medicare
Show.
health insurance
Hold on.
options.
Steve Kane Show.
Specialize in educating Medicare
Hold on.
beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at
Thanks, guys, for joining us today. I hope you'll all be here tomorrow, too.
954-753-8080. The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group.
I've been up since about 1:30 in the morning. I'm going to have to take a little nap if I'm going to be around for Thanksgiving dinner this afternoon.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
All right, we are back live on this Thanksgiving morning. There's only one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You want to go back to the phone, Steve? All right, good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name?
Hey, what's going on there?
Brian and Steve. Yeah.
Hey, Brian, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
Hey, I just wanted to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. I tried calling your show a couple of days ago. I wanted to make a comment on a positive note. I watched the interview with Hannity and Trump. I just wanted to know what you thought about that, and
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. You want to go first, Steve?
Go ahead, you do it.
I want. Yeah.
Infuriating. I want to strangle him. I mean, hard to
Figuratively.
on television now because he doesn't do that many appearances yet. Doubtless he will pick up the frequency as the race approaches. But I really wanted to hear what he had to say. And Hannity never shuts up. He doesn't stop talking. And his questions, the thing with Hannity, his questions aren't questions. They're answers.
Like an attorney in a courtroom.
He'll give an opinion on something. Think about this. And when next time you see Hannity, hopefully Trump will never go on his show again. I was so mad at what was being done to Trump. And what he does is he'll make a statement of his opinion, and then he'll turn to Trump and he'll say, "What do you think of that? What do you think of my opinion?"
Yeah.
He's giving the answer. I mean, my God.
I would use one word, unwatchable. And what I told Steve, we talked about this off the air yesterday, infuriating, unwatchable. And I think Hannity is too busy trying to kiss Trump's butt, trying to impress Trump. And and when Tucker interviewed Rittenhouse the other day, that was one of the best interviews ever. And Tucker would ask a question, sit back, and let Rittenhouse talk.
The rule is very simple. The rule is very simple. The guest is there to be featured, to find out what the guest thinks, not to show how smart Hannity is or thinks he is.
That's why I'm more of a Brett Kelly fan than a Hannity fan. Hannity's like a broken record. It's like I kind of got turned off by Hannity about.
But what about his mother who was a prison guard? What about that?
And he worked all day digging ditches and building roofs, and then caller, I'll tell you what's happened with Hannity. It's one of the many things that's happened with Hannity. About 5 years ago, although he kept it secret, he and his wife split. And Hannity, for the first time, started having sex with hot, beautiful women, and he's got an ego, he's got an ego, and that's one problem. His other problem is this. He's got many problems, but this is one of his other problems. He does something that one of the first things Steve told me about talk radio, this is deadly for a talk show. He thinks he's a teacher. So he has to go through the talking points. And and by the time people learn by repetition, so he has to go through them constantly.
He's pedantic.
Yeah, blowhard.
Goes on and on and on. Same 10 lines.
One last thing I wanted to make a comment. One thing, Brian, and I like the fact that you stand up for what you believe, and you tell.
I hear a butt coming.
And I just hope one day you can get Trump on your show. It'd be nice to have him, Mike Lindell. I mean, that'd be kind of cool,
Yeah.
On your show.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, but hey, listen, you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I love your show, and enjoy the rest of the week.
Well, what I'm hoping is one day when President Trump after he drops Barron off to school down the street, he'll just walk in.
So too, man, because like I said, I mean, it's hard to find too many people that are conservative, like myself, and I'm conservative, and your show's conservative, and then the other guy that I like listening to besides you is what's his name again?
Who?
The great one,
Mark Levin. Okay, you scared me. I thought you were going to talk about Clay Aiken and Buck Sexton.
And you're right. And hey, one last thing. You're right about Ben Shapiro. I guess some of my friends like him, but I don't trust him. And he talks as fast as the Micro Machines guy.
And he likes to. Ben Shapiro likes to go to colleges and debate children, and feel like he's like some brilliant debater. He got his ass kicked on British television. Yeah, a couple years back. You can find it on YouTube. Yeah.
No, because I can't stand him.
But you're right about Hannity, that, it takes a special kind of jerk to screw up an interview with the greatest president ever, Donald Trump. And Hannity managed to do it.
Really poor. I'll give Hannity a D for disappointment. But,
yeah.
I like Laura. I think the only people I like on Fox are, the
Laura's
one,
excellent.
Laura.
They've got such a great lineup, a consistent lineup at Fox.
But President Trump is very well aware of this program. In fact, I had a conversation with someone not too long ago who talked to President Trump about us.
You deserve better as far as
I deserve better than talking to you. That's what you mean. You deserve better than this. Things are fine. Things are fine. Hey, thanks for the call. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Good morning, Brian. It's Rome, Wisconsin.
Rome, Wisconsin. How you doing?
Hey, so I am calling about the previous caller, talking about his phone. So this is really bizarre. What happened to my husband's phone, I get so frustrated. He'd call me and the calls would keep dropping. And it would tell him that he needs a SIM card in his phone. Well, he's got one, of course. So we go to U.S. Cellular with the phone to find out what's going on, and they tell us he needs a new phone because Samsung did an update, and it contains a virus, and it's ruining all the phones. I forget what version he has, what model he has, but he has no option. He has to buy a new phone. And what better way for the Chinese to take more control? Let's start trashing these Samsung phones and giving them virus.
I'm going to tell you something about China. I had a run-in with the CCP, not the OPP, the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party. The OPP, I can't tell you what that stands for. It's an old song, old hip-hop song. I was on TikTok, and I was doing a live stream on TikTok from home. And I had about 35,000 people watching me. And somebody asked me, why is a MAGA guy like you on TikTok, since Trump says China is spying on people through TikTok? And I said, what better way to communicate to the Chinese Communist Party than me talking on TikTok? And as soon as I said that, the video stopped. Oh my God. And I've been banned from TikTok. I've never shared that before, right? That happened a while back. Yeah.
Unreal.
It's like they had some Chinaman watching me. You know what I mean? And he hit the button. Can you still say Chinaman?
You've been assigned your own Chinaman?
I guess so. And he terminated me. I'm serious. That's a true story. That happened. It was a few months ago. I don't think I've shared. I might have talked about it on my podcast. But I don't think I've talked to. I'm not sure if I have or not. But that's a true story.
Oh, that's crazy.
And that's not a coincidence. That is not a coincidence.
It's not. I just want to say also, anybody who has not tried the MyPillow products, these products are amazing. On my wish list, I have the bathrobe and the mattress topper. I'm hoping I get that. And you know what? If I don't, I'm just going to buy it myself.
Well, if let me tell you, the mattress topper I talked about in the last break, so I'm not going to talk about that again so quick. But what was the other one you wanted?
The robe.
Okay, now the MyPillow bathrobe. My wife and I each have the MyPillow bathrobes. They come in many different colors and styles for men and women, and they have two different types. They have a heavy robe and a light robe. We have the heavy robe. And like everything Mike Lindell makes, the bathrobes are top quality. All the MyPillow products are very high quality. Oh, the heavy robe is awesome. And, I wash and dry it all the time. And every time it comes out of the dryer, it's like the day I got it. And they are spectacular. They're so soft and comfortable. They're absolutely amazing. I wear it all the time. And when you go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener specials with the promo code Kane, 30% off the MyPillow bathrobe. Now, let me tell you, the MyPillow bathrobes are very hot and popular. They have every color and size in right now. But as we get closer to Christmas, they're going to start running out of sizes and colors. They have a bunch of new colors, too. And they have pink for the ladies, but they have new browns and burgundies and blues. They have greens, all new colors they've added to the collection. So 30% off the MyPillow bathrobe with the promo code Kane at MyPillow.com. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. Well, that's awesome, Rome, Wisconsin. Well, let us know when you get either or both of those how much you love them, because I know you will. Okay, you bet I will. All right. All right, thanks so much. All right, we'll take our break and be right back.
Steve Kane, we are here this morning with William Youngerman from William Youngerman, Inc. for our Gold Report. William, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Be right back, guys. I need water.
Wanted to ask you
if I get my mic off.
Question, the big one that everyone wants to know.
I can't get my mic off.
Gold, when's a good time to buy, and when do you sell?
My mic is stuck on a thread.
And the answer to the question, when do you sell, is really
I'm not going to get water.
Why did
there we
you
go.
buy it
Be
in
right
the first
back.
place? When the reason you bought it is fulfilled, it's time to sell. Or when the reason that you bought it no longer exists, it's time to sell. In 1980, gold hit a high of $850, and people had bought gold all the way up to that level. And at that time, the reason to own gold changed dramatically because we had 25% interest rates all of a sudden. The government said we will stop inflation no matter what, and they did so with very high interest rates. That reason for owning gold then changed, and we dramatically told our customers in 1980, sell your gold, sell. It's finished for the time being, okay? That was the reason. Now, some people held on because they said, no, I want this as my insurance policy. An insurance policy, you don't necessarily buy and sell your life insurance policies. You have it for a particular reason. And some of your money should always be in gold, regardless of what the price is doing. Historically, we've always said at least 5%. At this particular time, we recommend much higher percentage of our assets be in gold, silver, and platinum. So the reason for buying it will determine when to sell it. If that reason changes or is fulfilled, that's the time to sell it. But it must go along with the fact that you understand that gold is the only real money in the world. It is the only thing that has no IOUs or attached to it. It is an insurance policy. And it is a hedge against inflation, and it's the only real money that will maintain its buying power for you in the long term.
Okay, well that answers that question. If the question becomes where, well, I can tell you where. William Youngerman, Inc., located at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca. You can drop by. It's in the Bank of America building, right on the first floor, opposite the Bank of America. You can call William at 1-800-327-5010 or go to the website at williamyoungerman.com.
Listen to this show on iHeartRadio.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian, Steve Kane here. It's Thanksgiving. We will be live on Black Friday from 6 until 9 a.m. And I got to tell you, Steve, I'm looking out at the roads here from the top of the office building. Federal Highway, one car. I mean, at Federal Highway, US 1 and Hillsborough Boulevard, one car. It's a ghost town out there, people. But, I think I taught you about this off the air, Steve. One thing I've noticed with MAGA and with Trump is we've built up like a community nationwide of MAGA that other groups have. I have a friend who's Israeli, and they have an Israeli community, and businesses in the Israeli community support each other. You know what I'm talking? Things like that. Cuban businesses and Cuban business people will support. Cubans will support Cuban business. And with Mike Lindell and MyPillow, with the Steve Kane Show, and everything else that we do, there's this MAGA, like Tom Laporta from Laporta Contracting. There's this almost like a networking group nationwide of MAGA, where we're a big family who support and back each other in all of our different whatever we're dealing. And it's really nice, that this is something that conservatives have never had before. There's never been unity among conservatives like we have with this MAGA movement.
Some of the most ardent anti-Trump voices you hear, though, are from conservatives.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. I call them rats. Republicans against Trump. I like rats.
The Huckabee is starting to get on my nerves.
What is he doing other than having that ridiculous beard?
He's doing he got signed up as a spokesperson for a nutritional group, or it's either nutritional or it's anti-pain, or maybe both. But whatever it is, they introduce him as a candidate for the presidency time round, and it's infuriating.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to not like him so much. I mean, don't these people realize that Trump is the only chance here? And hopefully unification of those people we've been referring to as conservatives.
Especially with President Trump supporting Huckabee's daughter for governor of Arkansas.
And if I was Huckabee, I think it's a bad move for Huckabee.
It says for the next presidential, not in 2015 when he ran?
No, it's the next time around. The next time around.
Well, Huckabee, everybody likes Huckabee except Steve. But, Huckabee, there was one weird thing about Huckabee that... Well, he did something once that I thought was very strange. This was the first time he ran for president. So I don't know if this was 04, 08, one of those races. It was either 04 or 08. I don't remember which one. But it was the first time I remember hearing about Huckabee, and he was running for president. And he used to be a minister with a church. He had his own church. I'm assuming Baptist. And he, and like many churches, the church had an archive of all of his sermons, and he locked those down and would not let anyone have access to any of his past sermons when he was running. It was either 04 or 08. And I thought, well, what are in those sermons that he doesn't want people to hear? And I don't know. I could speculate. Maybe it was like hardcore sanctity of marriage stuff. I don't know. But I thought that was very odd with Huckabee. I like Huckabee. Don't misunderstand me. But I think that was strange. It made me want to hear them. I wasn't interested until he was trying to hide them, Steve Kane Show.
Well, the very fact that he would...
Steve Kane Show.
assumes that what he said at that time was...
Yeah.
The fact that he would...
Seal them up.
Seal them up is suspicious.
It is, isn't it? I know. I don't think anybody remembers that but me. But I remember that. I remember you and I talking about it. I remember we had a caller calling in who was a big Huckabee guy. We were like, well, why won't he let us hear his sermons? What are in those sermons? I don't think they were like Jeremiah Wright or anything, but there was something in there that he didn't think would benefit him.
Well, the religious, he was trying to come on to a secular audience.
Maybe. Yeah. All right, well, let's...
Too fanatic if he let his fundamentalist Christian views it.
I guess. I wish he would shave that beard, though. Huckabee with the beard, I don't like. Have you seen him with the beard on Fox and Newsmax? Oh my, he looks very... He doesn't look right in the beard. Good morning, you're on the radio.
Hi, Huckabee said 2016 candidate. He never said 2020 or 2020.
Oh, so you read it wrong, Steve. Is what the...
16?
That's when he ran in the Republican primaries when Jeb was running. So it says former presidential candidate in there.
What I don't know. I've got to double check it.
I'm sure of it.
Okay. So if it's true, Steve, will you like him? Will you like him again if it's true?
Well, I don't like his commercials or anything, but I like him. Yeah.
What do you got against his commercials? We do commercials. This guy's got to eat.
No, I'm not against commercials, etc. But some of them, it would take too long. Some of them I don't mind.
I sent for something that I've seen him promote on TV. I sent, I get it in the mail, that children's education comic book. I sent for that. It's pretty good. I have those. I get those in the mail. I don't have any children. My daughter's 22. I get it for myself, and I read it. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know what I'm talking about? That Huckabee comic book that he's promoting on TV all the time? Yeah, I know what you're talking about, the focus factor.
Like him in general, and again he mentioned 2016.
Okay, all right. Now you're repeating yourself, so he's out of stuff. But whatever, Huckabee is the only person that could pose a primary challenger to Trump that wouldn't upset me, because Huckabee does it for fun. When he ran in 2016, and we had all those idiots up there with the great President Trump, and they were all going after Trump, and I remember Huckabee said, well, I'm wearing a Trump tie right now. I don't know. I like you, man. You remember that? I thought that was pretty cool in the 2016 debates. I like Mike Huckabee. I just, I don't know.
Evident that Trump is going to be the nominee, and these anti-Trump people will stop sniping at him, and the better it's going to be for the country.
Oh, yeah.
I have a feeling that when Trump starts campaigning again, almost
yeah.
When Trump starts campaigning again, I think people will snap into line pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, after the first of the year is when that's all going to begin. That's when he'll start up.
And I mean, I knew this was a good move for him, taking a lower profile for a little bit in the off-season here, but I never thought he could pull it off. He showed me restraint.
Did somebody turn the TV on at your house or something?
Why?
Because I'm hearing some noise in the background.
If there is anybody working in here.
Steve Kane Show.
Okay.
Anyway.
We took.
Okay, it went away. Oh, wow. The power of radio. All right, let's go back to the phones. You're on the radio. Good morning. What's your name?
Hi, this is Bob. I have a question for you. Well, happy Thanksgiving, first of all. I was just curious, a question about MyPillow product. Is there anything, I'm just curious, anything you like to see that you would like to see them make that they currently aren't making? Like, for example, you talked about the not the shoes, what's it called for the feet?
The MyPillow, My Slippers.
Yeah, do you see him maybe making like a comfortable, like regular shoe, something like that?
Well, it is. The MyPillow, My Slippers are for all day wear, indoor and outdoor. I wear them all over the place.
It's interesting. We're running an ad from one of our satisfied customers from MyPillow, and he talked about how he had neuropathy. You know the one I'm talking about?
That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I listened to that ad so much, and I started thinking, and I realized that I've had neuropathy.
Mm-hmm.
It was neuropathy, but I have a feeling that's what it is. You get numbness in the toes.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I didn't hear. You said something. I didn't hear the feet part yet. I didn't know neuropathy caused that.
So charming.
But listen, see, we're out of time. But you're absolutely correct. And if you go to mypillow.com, click on the radio listener specials, the MyPillow, My Slippers. Yeah. Now the MyPillow, My Slippers, if you go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener specials with the promo code Kane, 50% off the MyPillow, My Slippers. And we'll be here tomorrow on Black Friday 2, brought to you by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. But now we've got to check in with Janet Cimarelli. With the Morning Health Report, Janet Cimarelli, good morning.
Good morning. Tell everybody about the importance of understanding herbs and vitamins and how broad the impact is, and they can find out more about the impact on a personal level by coming to see me at Festival Marketplace, AJ's Natural Wellness Shop. I can discuss the
You there?
tests they bring to me, medical tests, blood tests, hearing tests, all sorts of medical tests, and then I can give them alternative approaches, supportive approaches to any health challenge they might be dealing with. So if they have elevated blood pressure, if they have hormone imbalance, anemia, if they have any kidney or liver issues, so many natural things right there at their fingertips. And with the years of experience...
Well, guys, listen. We will see you tomorrow, 6 till 9 a.m. Thanks, everyone who joined us today. I hope you can join us tomorrow. Make sure you like the video before you go. And buy something from MyPillow with the promo code Kane. All right? Tomorrow's show is sponsored by MyPillow, too. These are my flannel sheets. Buy one set, get a second set free with the promo code Kane. These are beautiful. And this is how this is perfect to wrap up. This has 2 sets of sheets in it. Well, guys, I got to take off.
Crucially important for your.
But I'll see you tomorrow morning. All right. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching.